Right, hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, to Warren's Team Talk. And yet again, StreamYard has been causing trouble. I've had to delete and then restart this stream twice now, and I'm sick to the back teeth of this. Anyone out there knows of an alternative StreamYard, please put it in the chat, because I've had a guts full of it, and I'll be putting in a official complaint because it is not good enough. Absolutely not. It's been StreamYard today has been absolutely fucking shit. And if you're watching, you lot, you need to sort your fucking life out, because it's an absolute fucking disgrace. Fucking pay good money for this, and it's bollocks. I'm sorry, but it is. Anyway, let's get on with the show. And so, but we just had the national anthem sang, and then usually in the FA Cup final there is a traditional FA Cup final hymn, which is Abide with Me. The first chorus of it is this. I'm going to sing it for you just so you know what it's like. It goes, abide with me, fast falls the eventide, the darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, help of the helpless, oh, abide with me. Well, anyway, I probably absolutely butchered that. But anyway, let's move on. These are the lineups. Liverpool have got Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Henderson, Thiago, Keita, Diaz, Salah and Mane. Chelsea have gone with Mendy, Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, James, Kovacic, Jorginho, who's captain, Alonso, Mount, Lukaku and Pulisic. And this, guys, is the way they're lining up. Liverpool are going for their traditional 4-3-3. Chelsea are going for a 3-4-1-2. So there you go. That's that. So let's get on with the show. And yeah, Darren, thanks very much for tuning in, mate. I really, really appreciate it. And I have to say, today has been an absolute fucking disaster. From minute one until now, except for when Jez and Kenny Ken came on, Pat Rogers and Kyle and Del Boy. It's just been an unmitigated disaster, and most of it is because of fucking StreamYard. Absolute shit show. But anyway, and Darren says Arteta out. 100%, mate. It's a fucking joke. Anyway, so the game started. 2 minutes gone, and Liverpool are bringing it out of defence. They're passing it over to the left-hand side. They're pushing forward. Chelsea are all in yellow, and Liverpool are all in red. It's nice to see Wembley packed to the rafters and whatnot. So, yeah, here we go. There's a throw-in for Liverpool. Chelsea had it clear. It's gone back to the Chelsea defence. They're playing the ball back. It's gone to the Chelsea goalkeeper, Mendy. Mendy kicks the ball forward. It's just outside the centre circle. And Liverpool play the goal kick back to Alisson. He juggles it on his knee a couple of times and then plays it out to the right back. He plays it forward into the midfield, and then he pushes the ball forward. Chelsea playing it round at the back, and he plays it. It's gone back to the Chelsea keeper, and Liverpool have possession. They're moving the ball around at the back, and now it's come broke. They've lost the ball to Liverpool. Liverpool are in here. Oh, they nearly had a goal. Liverpool nearly took an early lead there. Liverpool crossed the ball back in, and who was that? It was Salah with a header that went just over the bar. Very interesting start. Liverpool started here on the front foot, and they nearly took an early lead. Very unlucky not to score there. It was very close. There you go. So Liverpool pushing forward. It's going well for Liverpool. Chelsea doing well to hold on at the moment, because Liverpool look like they've got the bit between their teeth. And Liverpool play it back to Alisson, who's just outside his box. And it goes out. He plays it out to the left. And they're going up the left flank, pushing it back into the defence. And Liverpool push it through. And it's gone forward. Is that Diaz, I think? And Salah's on the ball now. He tries to cross it in, but he come off to the Chelsea player. And Chelsea player looks like he's out cold. The ball hit Jorginho full in the face, and he's just collapsed on the floor. Salah's looking out, trying to see if he's okay, which is nice. But it looks like he's gone out for a corner. They hit Jorginho full in the face, and waiting for the corner to come in, and 3 Liverpool players queued up on the edge of the box, waiting for the cross to come in. Alexander-Arnold crosses the ball in. And they played the ball down the wing. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Jorginho did really well there, to be fair. Up against Salah. Just did enough to put Salah off, and it went out for a goal kick. It's an interesting clash for the managers today, because it's Jurgen Klopp against Thomas Tuchel, and Thomas Tuchel has got a habit of following Klopp wherever he goes. He followed him after he left Mainz, and he ended up following him at Dortmund. And the ball comes across the Chelsea penalty area. Liverpool just couldn't get the final touch. Liverpool doing well here, and 7 minutes gone, and it's gone back to Mendy. It was nearly a good opening there, and Diaz nearly got in behind Chelsea there, and the delivery came in across the box, and Liverpool forwards just couldn't get on the end of it. So Liverpool got possession, and they're having the lion's share of possession at the moment. And Diaz, here he goes, he's in here, and he plays the ball in. Oh, and then it goes past the keeper, and there's another shot, and it's just gone wide. Yeah, the Chelsea, they're hanging on here, to be quite honest. Diaz is absolutely destroying Chelsea at the moment. How they're not a goal up, I really don't know. Good effort there from the young lad, but Mendy did well to save it, and then it finally, the Mendy saved it with his feet, but it it wobbled away from Mendy. It was going trickling towards the goal, and then the Chelsea defender managed to get it clear. There's a Chelsea player down injured. It's Thiago Silva. He's receiving treatment. Liverpool have started really well here, and Chelsea look like they're in trouble. They're struggling to hold on. And Darren's in the chat. And he says, not watching the game, I can't be bothered. Laugh out loud. Like the Champions League games. Don't watch any of them. If we're not involved with a good manager. Exactly, Darren. I fancy Liverpool 3-1 in this. Mate, I don't think you're far off. If it carries on like this, I think it could be even more. Liverpool and City are far away from the rest now. They're about 19 points clear or something crazy like that of the chasing pack, and they say the Premiership is the best league in the world. Don't know. I'm not sure that I agree with that. It can't be if the two best teams in the country are so far ahead of the rest. But fair play to you, Darren. Thanks for coming back. I hope you're okay and you're having a good day. And Chelsea must be happy they're having a breather because Liverpool fans are absolutely loving this. Anyway, it's a goal kick now for Chelsea, I think, or is it a free kick? Anyway, Chelsea keepers kicking the ball forward. Lukaku heads the ball on, and it goes back to the Liverpool defence, and they're bringing it out comfortably out defence. Plays it through the lines, but it goes to the Chelsea back four. They play it back to the keeper, and it goes out to Chelsea again. It's gone back to Mendy. Sorry, not Mendy, to Alisson. Alisson plays it out to his left-sided centre-back. And then they're playing it down the flanks. It's into the midfield now. And Liverpool playing it through the midfield and flicks it forward. It tries to play it over the top, flick it over the top. It doesn't really come off though, and Chelsea are able to pick up possession. They're deep in their own half, playing it around their back four. Liverpool trying to press them, but they're not able to regain possession. Chelsea try to play the ball into Lukaku, and stats just come up on the screen. 67% Liverpool, and Liverpool are in again here. It's Diaz. Oh, he has a shot, but it gets cleared. They're on there in again, and it goes headers back in. Alexander-Arnold, and it goes off a Chelsea player for a corner. Or is it? Oh no, it's a throw-in. And Jez says, StreamYard acting crazy today. Yes, mate, I'm furious. Absolutely furious. It's absolutely awful. Jez says, I'm Liverpool today. Yeah, mate, me too. Me too. I've got a couple of good friends who are Liverpool fans. I think one of them might actually be at the game today. So, yeah, me too, buddy. I think it's a Liverpool corner now. .13 minutes gone and Liverpool are well on top here. I just think the way it's going at the minute, it's just a matter of time before Liverpool take the lead. And so Liverpool ball, and the ball gets played into the box. So throw in to Liverpool. I think that's Mane, is it? Chelsea have possession at the back. It's gone out through for a Chelsea goal kick. Tuchel giving these instructions from the touchline. But this character's not trying to land aeroplanes at Gatwick Airport by the looks of it. Not like a certain other manager that I could mention. Anyway, so Chelsea have a goal kick. Here comes Mendy with the goal kick. He plays a long ball forward. It's headed clear by Liverpool, and here's Diaz again. He's in again. He's out. He's terrorising that Chelsea defence. It's causing a huge problem, but he was caught offside. So it's a free kick to Chelsea. And Tuchel does not look happy with that decision. Or doesn't look happy about something anyway. But Chelsea have possession of the ball now. It's in across their back line. They play it into the midfield. And Mason Mount on the ball. And he's playing it forward. And they're playing it around at the back, trying to find an opening. As Alonso, he's played it to Mount, Rudiger. He plays it forward onto the right-hand side of the... And it's in there, Lukaku. Well, that looked like a handball to me. That, to me, looked like a handball. It looked like he controlled that with his hand. Ball got played in. Lukaku was using his strength here. The ball bounced up and definitely hit him on the arm. And Chelsea trying to regain a bit of momentum now. Chelsea have a free kick on the edge of the Liverpool box here, thanks to Kovacic. So just over a quarter of an hour gone. It's Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0, and so far Liverpool have been far superior in my opinion. What does everyone else think is watching? Please put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. Also, tell me who you think is going to win. Darren said that he thinks Liverpool are going to win 3-1. I think Liverpool, the way it's going at the moment, will win 2-0. But yeah, please put your predictions in. Let's see who gets nearest to the correct score. Anyway, so Chelsea have a free kick on, and it gets played into Alisson. Alisson makes a fairly comfortable catch. So, yeah, Chelsea had a free kick there on the left-hand side of Liverpool's defence. And Liverpool are on the attack now. They're on the edge of the Chelsea box, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. So Alexander-Arnold with the throw-in for Liverpool. And we're just waiting for him to take it. He plays it in. It's on the edge of the Chelsea penalty area. And it comes off. Oh, it's still in play. Liverpool. Mane cross it across. And there's no one there to put the touch. They just couldn't reach it to apply the finish. Chelsea in possession of the ball now. They're playing the ball forward, but Lukaku misses out to the Liverpool centre back, and Jez is in. He said Liverpool looking good. Liverpool 2-0 for me. That's what I think, Jez, as well. So far, Chelsea have had no attempts. Liverpool have had 5. Chelsea have had no shots on target, and Liverpool have had 1. So Liverpool have control of the ball. They're pushing the ball forward, and Mane's in here. But Mendy managed to get that clear before he did any damage. Looks like Mendy's got a problem with his foot. He did really well. He came out of his goal before Mane had chance to properly get it under control, and he headed it clear, but it looks like he injured his foot in the process. Yeah, he looks like he's struggling a wee bit there. Yeah, he's limping. So Chelsea have a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. It goes forward, and Marcos Alonso concedes a throw-in, I think. And if Chelsea lose today, it'll be the 3rd successive final that they've lost. 3rd successive FA Cup final they've lost, which is a record. No other team has lost 3 successive finals in a row, and a long-range effort there that went flying over from Andy Robertson. A good effort from him. He went running forward and unleashed a long shot which went flying over the bar. Look, your concentration on Jurgen Klopp's face there was just unbelievable. And he's not trying to land aeroplanes at Gatwick Airport either. Chelsea in possession of the ball on the edge of the penalty area. But they lose out possession to Liverpool. But it's a free kick now to Chelsea. "21 minutes gone. It's still Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0. Chelsea playing the ball around at the back. Rudiger. Marcos Alonso. He plays it into the midfield and he plays it back to the defence. And Chelsea trying to get out of their own half. And they play the long ball forward. Mount, and he passes it to James. Mount's back in possession of it again. He plays the box. Oh, and nearly a goal there for Chelsea. A really good effort there. And Chelsea just narrowly missed out on taking the lead. It's a long ball out of defence. Reece James and Mason Mount did well there, and they played it into the centre, and it just went slightly wide of Alisson's right hand post, but good play there from Chelsea, to be fair. Henderson got a hefty challenge on him there, but he seems to be okay. Anyway, it's a throw into Liverpool. And Liverpool playing the ball around at the back, trying to keep hold of possession here. And they're playing it slowly out into the midfield. Goes out to the right-hand side. Salah. Mane's in possession now. And Salah in possession again. Alexander-Arnold places it back into Van Dijk. Van Dijk out to Robinson. And the last time that Liverpool won the cup apparently was 1992 against Sunderland. I don't know. I'm not sure that's right. Alonso. Chelsea. They're starting to get more possession and seem more of a threat. Anyway, Chelsea playing the ball around at the back. They look a bit more composed and confident about what they're doing because Liverpool really had them on the rack in the opening exchanges. To be honest, I think they're lucky not to be behind already. Chelsea playing the ball through the midfield. That was a sloppy pass, though. Naby Keita into Salah. Salah's on the edge of the box. And Chelsea have back possession again. And they lose possession. And they're really scrappy play at the moment. Passing has been a bit wonky from both sides, to be frank. Liverpool now have possession of the ball. And Arnold, Mane, out to the right hand. Sorry, the left hand side. Diaz. And that's the first time I've seen him on the ball for a while. So let's see what happens now. Liverpool managing to keep hold of possession. Here comes Alexander-Arnold. He plays it into the centre. It comes out again. It's Henderson. And Chelsea regain possession in the midfield with Pulisic and into Mount. And it's back to the Chelsea goalkeeper now. And he plays it out to the right-hand side. And Chelsea trying to build another attack. Chelsea are on the attack. They've just gone over the halfway. It's gone to Mount. Mount's driving forward into the Liverpool penalty. They're in here, Chelsea, and a good save by Alisson. Alexander-Arnold brings it away. Arnold plays a long diagonal ball forward, but it's Liverpool lose possession. It's Mane. Diaz in possession now. He can't get past the Chelsea player and he pays it back to a teammate. Looks like Alisson might have a problem there with his knee. And there's more chats here. And Del Boy's in the chat. Hi, Del Boy. I hope you're well, mate. Thanks for coming in. And Darren Sutherland says, hi, Del Boy and Jez, what's the bleeding story? Jez says, Del Boy says, hi, Darren. Big up, Warren. Top man of the great job today, mate. You're brilliant, mate. I'll tell you what, mate. I don't feel it. I was being an absolute disaster. StreamYard, it's just a disaster. Anyone knows a really good alternative to StreamYard, please let me know, because I'm sick of it. I really am. It's been terrible today. Uh, Carl Walsh Gunner says, come on, Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. Come on, the Reds. And Tuchel there. Tommy Tickle walking around with his head in his hands, shaking his head. But neither of them, surprisingly, none of them, not Tuchel, not Klopp, they're not standing on the touchline trying to land aeroplanes at Gatwick Airport. I don't understand it. Jez says, Del Boy Gunner TV, hi mate, hope all is okay. And the Chelsea players are having a bit of a drink. Allison's receiving attention, and Tommy Tickle is taking the chance to have a chat with these players. So it's obviously things aren't particularly going the way he wanted. So he's trying to get them all sorted out and realigned and raring to go again. And Del Boy Gunner says thumbs up and whatnot. I don't know what that other one is, but there you go. Jez says Darren Sullivan, real one in the house. Hi, mate. Yeah, Darren is an absolute top man. Jez says Carl Walsh Gunner. Hi, Carl, mate. And Darren Sullivan laughing emojis. Yeah, what he doing the move? Yeah, waving his arms about Arteta. Yeah, man, it's a bloody joke, isn't it? I don't see any other manager doing it. I don't understand what he thinks he's trying to achieve by doing that. I really don't. Anyway, so Chelsea have a throw-in on the right hand side of Liverpool's Chelsea's left hand side, Liverpool's right hand side. And Mo Salah's down, sitting on the ground. I don't know what's going on here. What's brought this on? He says to me, it looks to me like he's saying, "Yeah, I'm all right. Don't worry." But he's receiving treatment. So Carl Walsh Gunner says, big up, Jez. I love listening to you today, mate. And the quiz was brilliant. Top man. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed the quiz. And Jez and Kenny were absolutely superb, I have to say. Top men, both of them. And I loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was the highlight of the day for me so far, to be honest. And, well, all of you were superb. All of you that I did videos with were superb. Like Jez and Del Boy and Kenny Ken and Carl, Pat, yeah, all of you. It was brilliant. It really was. But I just enjoyed the quiz. I have to say, I really did. But I just want to give a big thanks to all the people that have come on and done interviews with me today about their memories of the cup final. Made it really special for me. And thank you so, so much. Jez says, Carl Walsh Gunner, loved it, mate. It was a tough one. Kenny done me again. Yeah, he did, but only just, mate. It was in the balance right until the last question. Del Boy Gunner says, I have the match on mute and we're on full blast. Big up to you, Warren. Thank you very much, Del Boy. And yeah, looks like a substitution. Salah's had to come off. Be a bit of a blow for Liverpool. I'm not sure who came on. So let's see if I can find out who's come on. Chelsea nearly got in again there. Let's see. So it's quite even, the game now, not like it was at the start. Mohamed Salah has gone off and he's been replaced by Diogo Jota. So it's a big one, that, but Jota's a very able replacement. I wish we had him at Arsenal, to be quite frank. But anyway, Liverpool have possession of the ball. The gun down the left hand side, playing it back into the defence and passing it through the midfield. Liverpool still having a lot of possession. I'd say they're edging it in terms of possession. But anyway, Liverpool on the attack now. They're going through Chelsea's defence. Jota on the right-hand side. Arnold now on the corner of the Liverpool box. It's like Henderson there. He plays the ball back. And Konate. And who's that? Alexander-Arnold centrally tries to take a long shot, but gets blocked. And he's gone out to Luis Diaz. Liverpool still in possession, trying to move forward. Alexander-Arnold goes out to the right side with Jota. No, it's not Jota. Who's that? Van Dijk's in possession now. James clears it. Okay. So Chelsea have possession of the ball on the edge of their own half. They've gone out to the right. The Chelsea right-hand side. They're still in possession. There's a bit of a battle on the Chelsea right-hand side. It's gone out through a throw-in. Liverpool back in possession now. And Henderson. He passed it out to the left. And Lukaku. And Diaz is now in possession of the ball. Robertson, Mane on possession of just outside the box, and he loses possession, but it falls kindly for a Liverpool player. Liverpool starting to assert their authority again. They're playing it around on the edge of the box, but Chelsea defending in numbers and are able to close the gaps, stopping Liverpool working an opening. Oh, and that looked a bit iffy to me. But anyway, Chelsea go forward. Liverpool going forward there. They've lost possession. Chelsea win the ball back. Goes forward into the midfield. Chelsea working an opening. Lukaku in possession now. Uses his strength well to hold off the Liverpool defenders. It's back with the Chelsea defence. Alonso now. Alonso on the left-hand side. Plays it into the midfield, but Liverpool have far too many numbers back for him to be able to work a way through. And Lukaku couldn't hold off the challenge of Van Dijk, and Liverpool have possession of the ball on the left-hand side. So I think that is Robertson. Robertson Luis Diaz loses possession. Chelsea in possession of the ball now. And Del Boy Gunner says, if you had to pick one, Eddie or Lukaku? Well, if you listen to Fuad, he thinks that Eddie's the best striker in the league. For me, though, it has to be Lukaku. But what does everyone else think? Lukaku or Eddie? Oh, something's happened off the ball. Looks like Diaz has put something on the Chelsea player. Looks like he's getting a bit frustrated. Klopp's not happy either. He's voicing his opinion quite vociferously. Liverpool in possession now. Sorry, Chelsea in possession now on the edge of their own box. Nearly 40 minutes gone now. It's still Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0. And it's been an interesting game so far. Liverpool, I'd say, have been on top. Chelsea sort of had moments where they came back into it, but I still think that Liverpool looked the more dangerous. Alexander-Arnold now plays it into the midfield on the edge of the centre circle. Liverpool playing it around, trying to work an opening. They play it back to the centre back, Van Dijk. Van Dijk loses possession, sloppy ball, and here comes Mount. He plays it into Lukaku. Lukaku used his strength to hold off the Liverpool defender, but surrenders possession. Liverpool back in possession. Konate there plays it to Van Dijk. Mane there plays the ball forward, but loses possession of the ball. And Kenny Dalglish in the crowd, sat next to Ian Rush. And Kenny Dalglish looks a bit concerned, I have to say. Salah plays the ball forward. And Liverpool, Keita, he plays it out to Diaz. Diaz went down the left on the right hand side there. Henderson. Alexander-Arnold. Robertson has a throw-in on the left-hand side. He plays the ball back. And Konate bringing the ball forward. He tries a long-range effort, which goes flying high and handsome over the bar. No real major concerns for either side at the moment, no, I have to say. I think no side for me has got seriously on top and looks like they're going to threatening to take a lead at the moment. Camera's just showing a picture of Gareth Southgate there. Mendy looks like he's about to take a goal kick. He plays the ball out to the left-hand side, it reaches just over the halfway line before it goes out of possession. It's Alexander-Arnold with the throw-in. Alexander-Arnold plays the ball long. Keita surrenders possession with a foul and gives a free kick to Chelsea. Yeah, he Jorginho got fouled there and wins a free kick for Chelsea. The free kick's played long out of the defence, and it's a throw-in to Chelsea on their left-hand side. There's Alonso and another throw-in for Chelsea. They've moved down the pitch a little bit, and Jorginho just to the left of Liverpool's box. And Liverpool play a long ball out of defence, but it's easily mopped up by Chelsea. And he's lost all. He's still on the ball and lost possession of it. Liverpool were moving forward. Diego Jota, Henderson, Robertson plays the ball into the box. And Liverpool nearly scored. Ball was flicked over the top there by Jota, I think. Yeah, the ball got played into the box, went into the penalty area, and Jota lost his marker, and he flicked it high and over the bar. He should have done better, really. He should have made the goalkeeper work. And Klopp does not look happy at all. But once again, people, he's not waving his arms around trying to land aeroplanes at Gatwick Airport. There's 4 minutes of added on time at the end of this half. 45, just over 45 and a half minutes played so far. There's Alonso. Plays it to... And look, here's Lukaku. And he misses target quite badly there. Loops it high over the bar. It was a good opening work there. And Lukaku did well to shield the ball from the Liverpool centre-back. But he lofted it high over the bar. And opportunity missed there for Chelsea. And I think, really, let's be honest about it. If Chelsea want to put up a more of a serious title challenge, they need to do something about that striking position, because I don't think personally that Werner or Lukaku are the answer. They need to go in the market big time and get a top-class, world-class striker, in my opinion. But so do a lot of other clubs. Whether they'll be able to get one or not is another matter. The 2 minutes left to play. His ball has gone out for a throw-in to Chelsea. It's in the hands of Mendy. No, it's a goal kick. Okay, I thought it went out for throwing, but there you go. What do I know? Mendy with a goal kick for Chelsea. And then launch a long ball forward. And it's headed clear by Liverpool. And Chelsea surrender a throw-in on the left-hand side of their half, in midway point in the Chelsea half. Liverpool had possession of the ball. Unfortunately, I can't really see who it is, but yeah, Konate driving forward now through Chelsea's midfield. He plays it out to Alexander-Arnold. Into Jota. Jota trying to work his way through the Chelsea defence. Chelsea putting the challenge out and they bring it forward. Lukaku muscles past Konate but loses possession to Van Dijk, and Liverpool play the ball forward, but it goes through to Mendy. So Chelsea, Liverpool, it's still goalless, 0-0. We're on the verge of the half-time break. It's just like 15 seconds left to play. And it's gone out for a Chelsea throw. And the whistle goes for the end of the first half. So the first half ends. It's Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. Quite a good half, to be honest. Interesting one. Liverpool started the stronger for me. Should have gone ahead. They were really on top, and they should have taken advantage of that. But I think Liverpool have been the better side. Here we go. Here's the match stats. Liverpool had 9 shots on goal. Only one of them on target. So, Del Boy's favourite mate, Alan Shearer, chatting on the TV. So I don't really want to hear that. I'd rather talk to you lot. So what do you guys think about the first half? What's your opinion about it? Do you share my opinion that Liverpool been the better side, or what do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments. And who do you think is going to win the game? What's your score predictions after seeing that first half? I'm going to go for Liverpool to win by 1-0. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's been a bit of a blow that Salah's had to go off, and it looks like he's picked up an injury, so that's a bit of a worry. Given they've got the Champions League final coming up as well, and they've got a couple of important games in the Premier League as well. So yeah, what does people think? And Jez, good game so far. Liverpool just edging it. That's what I think too, Jez, to be honest. I think it's been a bit of a blow that Salah's had to go off, but Jota's a very able replacement. I wouldn't turn my nose up at him if he become available. That's for sure. I think he's a good player. So I don't know. I think Liverpool are going to edge it. I just think they just got a little bit too much, Chelsea. At the start of the game, Chelsea looked like they were wobbling a bit, to be honest. But they have improved as the game's gone on. And let's see if I can get some match stats up. So let me see if I can get up some match stats, because that would be interesting to see, won't it? Hold on, guys. I just want to see if I can get them up. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. That's what I wanted to do. So let me do that. Right, there you go. So the match stats so far. Chelsea have had 40% possession. Liverpool have had 60. Chelsea have had 3 shots. Liverpool have had 9. Chelsea have had 1 shot on target. Liverpool have had 1 on target too. Chelsea haven't won any corners. Liverpool won 2. Chelsea have surrendered 4 fouls and Liverpool have surrendered 5. So there you go. What do you think about that? It's quite interesting, I think, really. But yeah, like I say, I think Liverpool's slightly edging it, to be fair. And here's Manny. Big up, Manny. Thanks very much for coming in. Looks as though Liverpool haven't made their possession count. And with Salah off, I don't know if Liverpool have the same impetus. Chelsea might nick this 1-0. With all due respect, Manny, I don't agree. I don't agree. I think Jota is an able replacement. I still think they've got enough in the bank to win this game. I don't think Chelsea don't look that threatening to me. I think they've got their number, to be quite frank. But yeah, fair play to you, man. But what does everyone else think? I just think that Liverpool, they just look like they could up the tempo at any point, and I think if that happened, I think Chelsea would really struggle to cope with them. I really do. I just don't think they've got the necessary ability to take control of the game. But we'll see. You know, I don't know. I'm not a tactical expert by any stretch of the imagination, but I just think Liverpool have got too much. I just think that them and City are, like, by some distance, the best two teams in this league, and that's been proven with the the points difference between the two of them. Let's see if we can get up the Premiership table. In any case, let's have a look and see if we can see it. Yeah, because look, there you go. You've got Liverpool on 89 points, Liverpool on 86, and then the next nearest contender is on 70. So Liverpool are 16 points ahead of Chelsea, and Manchester City are 19 points clear. That's a lot of points. So, you know, I just think it's. I just don't think that the Premier League is as strong as what people think it is, and I think that bears it out. To be honest, I mean, I think it's quite competitive in terms of the sides from 3 downwards, but not realistically. In the Premier League, there's only 2 sides that are, in my opinion, that are going to go and win it, and the rest of them are just going to be also rads. So Manny's in with another chat. Fair enough, sir, but discipline could be key. You never know who's will lose a rag or two. In a few of their previous FA Cup finals, Chelsea have had discipline issues. They have, and they've also lost the last 2 finals on the bounce. No one has ever lost 3 in a row. So let's see what happens, because, it would be a bit of a shock if that were to happen, to be frank. But, it's that would be a record, and a record that you wouldn't really want to have. You know, I'm sure that Arteta wouldn't mind having another negative record against his name, but I don't think Chelsea would be too happy about it. But you never know. So What do you think? What does everyone think? Jez has said earlier that he. What did he say? I'm looking for his prediction of the game, the score, his score prediction, because I'm sure I saw him put one in earlier. Yeah, there's a lot of real, absolute legends in the house, so I'm really happy to see that. I hope you're enjoying it. Listen, guys, this is the first time I've ever done a watch along, right? So I hope I'm doing all right. Any tips? Because I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on the screen. I hope it's going okay. But it's been quite a good day. I've enjoyed it, despite all the technical issues there's been with StreamYard and all the rest of it, and things not going as hoped with different interviews I was hoping to do, and then we weren't able to do it and stuff like that. But it's been okay. It has been okay. It's been interesting. But it has been enjoyable. So Manny says, looks as though Liverpool have made their possession count, and with Salaroff, I don't know if Liverpool will have the same. Oh, we've seen that. Fair play, Manny. And Manny, him and another one. You're amazing so far. Reminds me of good radio commentary. Mate, my hero in terms of radio commentary was Peter Jones. I used to love his commentary. I remember listening when I was a kid. I used to because I was too young to go to evening games. My dad would go to watch the Arsenal matches, and I would be laying in bed listening to the games, because I had school the next day and stuff like that. And I remember listening to Peter Jones commentating on Arsenal games, and also when Arsenal used to play in Europe back in the day, they used to have a show called Gunners in Europe. I don't know if any of you remember it. In the chat, and Arsenal Alex is in the chat. Afternoon, mate. Hope you're well, mate. I'm shattered. I've been on this nearly all day. It's been a madness. So yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I wish it was Arsenal playing in the cup final though, but unfortunately it's not. But still, never mind. Maybe it'll be us next year. But I'd rather, if I had to choose between winning the cup and winning the league, I'd have to go for the league. But it'd be close, I have to say. Arsenal Alex says, when are you stopping? Well, I've got when the game finishes, I think I'm going to do a phone in for about an hour, in case people want to come on and have their say about the match. People don't have to put the camera on if they don't want to. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and people can just come on and have their say. And yeah, and we'll see what happens. And oh yeah, that's right. Today is the 150th FA Cup final. It started 150 years ago in 1872. Can you believe that? 1872 this started. It started before the Football League did. So, yeah, there you go. Fantastic, really. And let's see. Let me see. Just trying to see if I can pull something up. Right. Okay, here we go. So the players coming out for the second half. Before that starts, I just want to see. I just wanted to see if I could show you something, but I don't think. No, it's not going to let me do it. So, but the first FA Cup final was Wanderers against Royal Engineers. It was played at the Kennington Oval in 1872. The game was played in front of 2,000 fans and won by Wanderers, 1-0 against Royal Engineers. The following year, Wanderers won it again. This time they beat Oxford University 2-0 at Lily Bridge in front of 3,000 people. And then the following year, the previous season's competition, Oxford University beat Royal Engineers by 2-0 at Kennington Oval. So there you go. That's the first 3 cup finals. I just thought people might be interested in that. So, yeah, there you go. But the game has started again. So let's get back into it. So Chelsea are on the attack, and they nearly scored with almost the first attack of the game. And ball got played out to the left-hand side, and I think he was offside, to be fair. It looked offside to me, but he left it, and the ball came in from Mount, and it was a good save from the Chelsea Liverpool goalkeeper. Lukaku has the ball now. Chelsea started well in this second half. They're playing it around well. They created an opening there, but they couldn't just get it on target. And it's come out to James. James tries to get past Luis Diaz, and Diaz surrenders the free kick. So it looks like it's a free kick on the edge of the Liverpool penalty area for Chelsea. They worked the opening well, to be fair. So yeah, there's on the left-hand side of the Liverpool penalty area, the free kick waiting to be delivered into the box. Alonso and James over the ball, but James moves away now and leaving Alonso on his own. Alonso crosses the ball in. He goes deep into the Liverpool penalty area, but it goes just harmlessly out. Chelsea still in possession. It goes back into the centre circle. The ball's played long and it's gone out for a Liverpool goal kick. So, yeah, there you go. Actually, that free kick actually drifted in and hit the bar. I thought it had just drifted wide, but no. It looks like Chelsea actually hit the bar there. And there's an offside decision being given against Chelsea by the looks of it. Tommy Tuchel standing on the touchline there, frantically chewing his gum. And Allinson is about to take the free kick. He plays it out to Van Dijk. Van Dijk out to Konate. And then to Alexander-Arnold. He plays it forward. It goes to the Chelsea centre-back. He plays it out wide. And It's being passed around at the back by Chelsea and into James. James. Chelsea just looks like they're trying to play a possession game at the moment. Trying to see if they can work an opening to get through Liverpool's defence. Liverpool just standing the ground and not surrendering too much space. Chelsea just trying to keep possession of the ball, which is what they're doing. Liverpool not really trying to close them down too aggressively. Not much really happening, really. Just Chelsea had possession. Liverpool just seemed happy to let them have possession. They're deep in their own half. I think as soon as it comes in, as soon as it comes into the Liverpool half, they then go and press, and the ball goes out for a throw-in. And Chelsea have the ball on the edge of the centre circle in their own half. Gets played forward into James. James tries to play Lukaku in, but it doesn't reach him and goes harmlessly into Allinson. And Manny's in with a chat. And my man Manny says, speaking of radio commentary, Ian Carter's work during the Wimbledon tennis tournament was always good. And then we can't forget cricket's test match special on BBC Radio. Yeah, I'm just waiting for someone to come in with a nice big cake for me so I can tell you all about a nice big cake that I've been delivered. I used to love that when they used to have those test match commentaries, and the commentator, I can't remember the poor guy's name, but he died recently, unfortunately. And he would go, and yeah, Mrs. Jones from Leamington Spa has sent in some lamingtons. God bless her. They are absolutely delicious. And he'd spend about 10 minutes telling you about this woman's cakes. It was superb. Absolutely loved it. Manny says, Del Boy's smart for keeping his TV on mute. Yeah, I totally agree with you, man. Del Boy Gunner TV. Warren, if there's a goal, will you be letting the fireworks? That's a very good question, Del Boy. And yes, I will be letting the fireworks off, mate. I forgot about the fireworks. So, yeah, if there's a goal, man, those fireworks are going off, definitely. So, anyway, the ball's on the edge of the Chelsea half. Oh, and then Liverpool nearly scored a goal there. Diaz turned and got a bit of space and let fly, and it just crept past Mendy's right-hand post. He worked space for himself and let fly with a shot, and it drifted just wide of the right-hand post. A good effort there from Diaz, and he has been a serious threat all afternoon. I just wish we'd been able to get him. I really do. What's going on with this?
Right. Thiago Silva has been judged to have fouled Sadio Mane.
Right, hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to have to put this on mute. It's not working. The sound on my thing is not working. I don't understand why, to be quite honest. It's a bit weird, really. Yeah, well, I've got no sound, but what the hell? Who gives a damn? I can just take those off things. There's no point having them on if there's no sound. I've just got no idea what the hell's going on today. I really don't. So, the hell. I just don't understand what's going on here. Hold on a second, guys. Something very strange is going on here. I can't figure out what the hell's happening. It's chopped off part of the screen. I've got absolutely no idea why. McManus says the game has been poor. Do you think so, mate? I was thinking it weren't too bad, actually, to be honest. But still, each to their own, I suppose. Listen, guys, I'm just going to have to come out. I'll be back in 2 secs. I'm just going to leave the studio, but I'll be back. Please don't leave the chat, all right? It's bizarre. I just do not have a clue what's going on. I can't see the chat properly. Let's see if I do that. Right. Right, I'm just going to close it. I'm going out again and I'll come back in again. No, I'm back, everyone. Sorry about that. It was just chopped off part of the screen. I have absolutely no idea why it was doing that. Honestly, this StreamYard today, man, has been an absolute nightmare. I've never seen it this bad before, ever. But anyway, so let's get back on with the game. And James has a throw in to Chelsea deep in their own half. And he's looking for options, and there's not much movement off the ball for him, bless him. He plays the ball back to Mendy. Mendy plays it out to the left-hand side, and Mendy plays it up to, tries to play it long, but there's no one there to receive it. Liverpool back in possession again. Goes back to Alisson. He's outside his box. He plays it to Van Dijk. Van Dijk back to Alisson. Alisson out to Konate. Konate driving forward now at the Liverpool defence, but he loses possession, and Lukaku surrenders a free kick. Liverpool in possession with Alexander-Arnold. Not Alexander-Arnold, say Robinson. Van Dijk here. He plays it into the forwards, and he loses possession. And the defences seem to be now on top of this game, and it's difficult to see where a goal's going to come from, to be honest. And Diaz loses possession. It's gone out for a throw-in to Chelsea again. Liverpool have possession. And it goes out. And a good effort there from Jota. He nearly breaks the deadlock. It just went past Liverpool goalkeeper's, Chelsea goalkeeper's right-hand post. One back well there by Konate. He played it in and went out wide to Jota, and Jota just fires his shot wide, just wide of the far right-hand post. So there you go. Manny's back in with the chat. Fair play to you, Manny. Thank you so much for your comments. I just hope if it goes to penalty, Tuchel doesn't try to be cute and bring on Arrizabalaga. Mendy is a proven penalty stopper in his own right. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. It'd be interesting to see what happens, to be honest. Yeah, it will be. I hope he doesn't pull any of those stunts, because it would be the first time he does something mad like that, would it? But still, neither Klopp or Tuchel are running up and down the touchline, waving their arms around like demented chickens, are they? So let's see what happens. Or a demented Spanish football manager, or a certain Spanish football manager, let's say, that we could mention, that resides in North London. Ball comes across the penalty area there and goes out for a corner. Is it a corner? I thought it was. Yeah, so Robertson played the ball in, crossed it in, but there was no one there on the end of it, and Chelsea surrender a corner. And Liverpool have a corner here. And Henderson and Konate are both up for this. Ball comes in deep into the Chelsea half, wide of the penalty area. It goes back to the centre circle. Liverpool play a long ball forward into the Chelsea box. And Chelsea are able to get it clear. But Liverpool are back in possession again. And the ball deflects off Chelsea defender. And it goes out for a Chelsea corner. 62 minutes gone. It's Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0. And it's a corner now to Liverpool. The players are congregating in the middle of the penalty area. Ball comes across, goes to Henderson. He heads it in, but he knocks it in, but it goes to Mendy. So, like I said, I just think the defences are on top. It's difficult to see now where the goal is going to come from, unless someone makes a horrendous mistake. I really can't see either team scoring. It's either going to be a mistake or a bit of magic that unlocks this game. Looks like Chelsea are looking to bring on a substitute. They play a long ball out to wide to the right, Liverpool, and Alexander-Arnold pushes the ball over, and Chelsea defending deep now, and Liverpool find it difficult to work an opening. Henderson plays it out wide, and he's back in possession of the ball again. Henderson plays the ball into the to Mane. Mane plays it out to Keita, and Keita plays the ball in, and it reaches Mendy. So it's a very, very tight game now. Really, really tight. So Chelsea in possession on the edge of their own penalty area and struggling to get out of their defence, passing the ball around at the back. Liverpool pressing really well. I have to say, I think Liverpool are pressing really high up the pitch and doing well with their pressing, but they're just not able to find that opening. So Kante is coming on for Chelsea, and he's going to replace Kovacic. So 65 minutes gone. It's Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0, and Kante has come on for Chelsea. And let's see what happens now, whether there will be any moment of magic that unlocks this game, because I just can't see it happening unless someone makes a really horrendous mistake or there's a piece of magic. And you never know. The players we've got on the field, it shouldn't be beyond the realms of possibility that happens. But you never know. And it's Joanne Smith. Hello, Warren, my lovelies. Yeah, Joanne, listen, I'm sorry about what happened. And I had a massive problem yet again with StreamYard, and I had to reboot the computer and reset up the stream again. It was a disaster. So sorry about that, Joanne. The game needs a bit of Arteta masterclass management. Yeah, Del Boy, you're absolutely right, fella. Hi, Manny and Joe. Guess what, Warren? I'm doing soon, she says. Painting! Del Boy Gunner TV. Hi, Manny and Joe. And Del Boy, my bets ain't doing well. Oh, dear. What did you bet on in the end, Joanne? Chelsea on the edge of the box, and they're firing the shot, and it goes wide. Pulisic, Captain America himself, fires the ball wide. Manny says, big up Del as always. Manny, Kante is a good sub, can add some needed steel and fresh impetus. Mate, I wish we had him at Arsenal. I'm telling you, be damn sight better than that clown Granit Xhaka, that's for sure. So yeah, listen, I just wanted to say as well, guys, thank you so much for your support today and for staying with me and showing me the patience and love that you had in all the streams I've done. I really do appreciate it. And don't forget, at the end of the game, I'm going to do a phone in. So you can come on. You don't have to have your cameras on if you don't want to. But come on. I'm going to put the link in so that you can come on. You can have your say about the game, what you thought about it. All that, just give your opinion about what you've seen today. Be absolutely fantastic to get a few people on to talk about it and have a bit of a chat. We'll do that for about an hour, and then I'll wrap it up and go and have a well-deserved lay down and go to sleep, I think. So I've been going since 10 o'clock this morning. So there you go. Manny says, you and me both, sir. Yeah, man, I just wish we had him. I really do. Manny, I was going to ask, are you on Instagram at all? Are you on Instagram? Because I'd like to send you a message on Instagram, if I may, if that's all right, if you're on Instagram. If you're not, don't worry about it. But I'd like to try and have a chat with you about things, but offline, if that's possible. Because I like your style, mate. You remind me of my mate John, my dear mate John, who died about a year ago, and I miss him dearly. I really do. But yeah, I like the fact that you're very knowledgeable about football and you're a good guy. And I just like to, have chats with people and about football and stuff. And yeah, it'd be nice to have a chat with you at some point if you're up for it. You might not be, and that's fine. It's not a problem. So anyway, looks like Chelsea might have a free kick here. Mane looks like he's battered someone. No surprises there. Manny says, yes, sir. You follow me at Manny Thangaduri 1981, and thank you for your compliment. Appreciate it. So no, you 100% true. I do. I'm very impressed with you. And looks like Chelsea. What am I talking about? Liverpool are going to bring on a sub in a minute as well. It looks like Liverpool are going to bring on James Milner in a few minutes. 19 minutes left to play. And I chat with Kenny Ken very frequently, so I'd love to chat with you as well. Thank you, sir. Well, I would know, because I like to chat with people who know what they're talking about and talk sense. That's why I like talking to Kenny Ken and Jez and Del Boy and all the other people that are in this chat, Joanne and all the rest of it. It's great. I love it. I really do. And Liverpool soaking up the Chelsea attack there, moving the ball forward, and they're on their counter-attack now, Liverpool. And Liverpool nearly worked an opening there, but Chelsea defence held out just about there. And here we go. So Keita, Konate, Alexander-Arnold, back to Alisson into Van Dijk. Van Dijk has the ball on the edge of his own half, plays it to. God, who's that guy? Jesus, my memory's shocking. Konate, yeah, that's it. It's Van Dijk. Keita. He plays a long diagonal ball over the top, but it's headed clear by the Chelsea defence. by Rudiger. And Liverpool making a substitution, and Naby Keita's coming on to be replaced by James Milner. He's had a fairly decent game, to be fair. So he's probably trying to conserve his energy because they've got a big game coming up against Real Madrid in the Champions League final. Let's not forget, and another 2 games to go in the Premier League. And they'll be trying desperately to regain their Premiership crown. Anyway, Liverpool in possession now. I still think Liverpool will be the better side, but there's not much in it, I have to say. And the Liverpool is struggling to work an opening. So let me make sure I can get my slides in, because it's not the same without Warren's slides, is it? I mean, let's be honest about it. There we go. That's the lineups. And we also why did I pull that up? Oh, that's right, because I wanted to see. So the match stats, right? Okay, this is what I wanted to see. What's going on? Get out. So, Chelsea have had 44% possession, Liverpool 56%. Chelsea have had 7 shots, Liverpool have had 13. And they both had 2 shots on target each. Chelsea have won no corners, Liverpool won 4. Chelsea have surrendered 8 fouls to Liverpool's 9. So there you go, folks. Interesting stats there. So Del Boy Gunner is in with the chat. Warren, you should do a quiz with Manny. His knowledge is unbelievable. Manny still has a Del Boy Irish passport. Fair play to him. Yeah, that sounds a good idea. I'd love to do a quiz, another quiz. I enjoyed that one that I did today on the FA Cup. Maybe we could do an Arsenal quiz. That would be interesting. If Manny, would you be up for that? Del Boy, mate, I need farewell for Warren's quizzes. I just like to make it entertaining and like to ask probing questions. I know, Manny. Warren is our very own Anne Robinson. Oh, my dear God. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Anyway, so Alexander-Arnold now in possession. And oh dear, looks like a Liverpool player's gone down injured, and there's a booking being handed out to James. And it's Thiago Alcantara who's gone down injured. Yeah, looks like James put his studs in on Liverpool player there. And Jurgen's going crazy on the touchline. He really is. He's not happy at all. So Liverpool have a free kick. They're going to be having a free kick, and he doesn't look like he wants to get up. They're trying to help him up, but he looks like he's in a lot of pain. Looks like he's struggling a wee bit there. Yeah, he was driving out of midfield, and It broke loose and it was like a bit of a 50-50 challenge. I don't think it was malicious by any stretch of the imagination, but it looks like it could have been quite painful. Anyway, Liverpool have a free kick halfway into the Chelsea half. Andy Robertson is standing over it, and so is Alexander Arnold. And Mendy's barking out his orders to the Chelsea defence. And they seem to have quite a number of players behind the ball. So I'm not sure Liverpool are going to be able to break them down with just that few number of players they've got in attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them against about 8 or 9 Chelsea defenders. So they play the ball in and it gets headed clear. And that was a bit of a waste. A long boot forward from James Milner, and I think you'd get 3 points for that if that was a game of rugby. That's sure. It was high, wide, and handsome. That's for sure. Anyway, Chelsea back in possession of the ball now. And they're moving the ball forward. And Liverpool in possession again, trying to work an opening. And it breaks down again. They just don't seem to be able to find a way through that Chelsea defence. And Manny comes in with another chat. You just know that with 2 German coaches, you won't really get much more than calculated pragmatism. Probably, yeah. The trouble is they probably know each other's game so well that they know how to cancel each other out. That's the problem. It's like watching Arsenal. It's that boring. Do you really think it is? I think I'm enjoying it. Like, for me, it's very tactical and I like it. Anyway, so Alonso for Chelsea with a throw-in. He's on the edge of the Liverpool. It's to the left of the Liverpool penalty area. It comes back out almost to the centre circle for Chelsea. He knocks it long, and it gets driven across the box, and it ends up in the hands of Allinson. And there you go. So it goes out through a throw-in. Diaz couldn't keep the ball in play. So what's going on now? There's Prince William in the crowd, people. He looks as bored as anything. He doesn't look happy, that's for sure. He's a big Aston Villa fan, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, so long ball out of defence from James, and it's headed back in by Canate. And James again on possession of the ball. He plays it long. Drops into the Liverpool players now. And Keita. And Liverpool nearly scored there from Diaz. And he clips the post and it goes out for a goal kick. It was a good effort there from Diaz. He struck that well and it just clipped the outside of the post and went out for a goal kick. So it's quite unlucky, really. He did well to get a shot off. And I can just imagine what he's saying. And it goes back to Allinson. So Liverpool have had 14 attempts, Chelsea have had 7, and they've both still only had 2 shots on target each. So anyway, Liverpool moving forward now with Andy Robertson. He plays it out wide to the right-hand side. The ball comes in, and then Liverpool hit the post. A good effort there. And I don't know, I think that might have been Andy Robertson who, with the effort, the ball come. Yeah, it was Andy Robertson. And he hit the post. The ball come in deep to the far post, and he was there. And he struck it well and did well to get to it, to be fair. And it hit the post and went out. And it's a throw into Liverpool on the left-hand side, on the right-hand side of the Chelsea box. What's going on now? Referee stopping play. There's 6 minutes to go of this game. And it's still Liverpool 0, Chelsea 0. James Milner played a long deep ball in, and it was Andy Robertson. Struck it well and he hit the post, unluckily for him and for Liverpool. I thought that was in, to be fair, but there you go. Lukaku's coming off, by looks of it. He's clapping the supporters as he comes off, and he's been brought off, and Ziyech is coming on. So I wonder who's going to play up front then. So Lukaku's off. He's worked hard, but he hasn't been an inspiring performance. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not shown the door in the summer. There you go. And it's Andy Robertson with the throw in there for Liverpool on the left-hand side. He plays it down the line. There's a back heel from Naby Keita, but it goes out for a goal kick. And Graham Roberts is in the chat. Ethan Warren, I'm so disappointed in this final. Yeah, it was always going to be a strong tactical battle, I think. But yeah, both sides are sort of cancelling each other out, to be fair. And Andy Robertson nearly scored just now. He clipped the post. But yeah, it hasn't been the most amazing game in the world, but I don't think it's been an absolute disaster. I found it quite interesting, to be fair. But the two coaches know each other so well. It was always on the cards that something like this was going to happen, I guess. So it looks like they were going to have some. It looks like we're going to have another half an hour of extra time. Lovely. Oh no! Why? Why me? Why me? So Liverpool have a free kick on the left-hand side of the Liverpool box, and it's played in by Alexander-Arnold, and Van Dijk gets his head to it, and it just drifts harmlessly out of possession. Jurgen looks deep in fault. And Tommy Tuchel is in deep conversation with his coaching staff. So anyway, it's a goal kick to Chelsea. Chelsea have possession of the ball. They play it into the midfield. And Georgie, God, what's that guy's name? Anyway, Liverpool back in possession now with Robertson. Robertson plays it into the centre, but it's intercepted by the Chelsea team, and it goes out for a throw-in. So Kante surrenders possession. Play in, and it's Chelsea have. It reaches Mendy, and Mendy rolls it out. To James. James has it on possession on the right hand side. He plays it in, and there's a long ball forward, and for Mason Mount, but Mason Mount loses possession. Anyway, so Chelsea driving forward now, looking to try and find a way through that massed red wall defence. Mount not able to find a way through, and so still Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. 20 seconds to go to the end of normal time. Still no nearer getting a goal, I guess. But anyway, Liverpool breaking forward. Is it Andy Robertson? He curls one and it's just wide. Was that Andy Robertson? No, it was Diaz. Diaz broke forward and he curled one, and it just went past the far post. He broke forward and got onto the left hand side, and he curled one into the right hand post, and it just missed the target. For me, he's been the most dangerous player for Liverpool today. I think he's had a very good game, to be fair, and that was unfortunate. And Grant says, hope someone scores before whistle. Can't be bothered with extra time and penalties. And Manny's, yeah, mate, I 100% agree. And Manny says, you just know it's going to penalties. I guarantee it. And they've got 3 minutes of adding on time at the end of the game. Mane tried to win a penalty or a free kick there. He looks like he's got his free kick, and the free kick's taken quickly. And it ends up in the hands of Mendy. He looks like he's injured his leg. It looks like he's got cramp, actually. Yeah, Mendy's gone down with cramp. Minute and 20 seconds left to go. There you go. And so Mendy has the ball, and what's going on now? Looks like he's just trying to kill a bit of time, to be quite fair. Manny says, and I stand corrected, sir, Liverpool showing great attacking intent. I just don't see either defence making a costly blunder. Mate, I'm confident it's going to penalties now. I just can't see anyone not scoring. Anyone scoring in extra time, and I don't think anyone's going to do anything particularly outrageous to try and win this game. I think they just try and play it safe and wait out until they get to a penalty shootout. And Taib says, "Hi Ron, I'm in France. My sister got engaged." Congratulations to your sister, Taib. I'm sure she's really, really happy. Please pass on my congratulations to her. And I hope you're having a great time and that you meet a nice mademoiselle and you have a great time. James Dunlop, hi, we're on 0-0, right result so far. Although I was surprised Robertson's chance hit the post. I was as well. I thought that was going to be in. So the 90 minutes is up. It's ended 0-0 after 90 minutes, so we now move to extra time. And I can pretty much guarantee it's going to penalties. To be honest, it's part of me that thinks that they shouldn't bother with extra time. I just think it's pointless. Do you know what I mean? I just do either that or reintroduce the golden goal. Because how many times does the game produce a winner in extra time? It hardly ever happens, does it? So let's see. We got another half an hour at least. I hope you're enjoying it. I think it's a massive tactical battle. Tommy Trickle looks like he's going around his troops, cheering them up, trying to get one last mammoth effort out of them. I'm surprised, to be honest. I really am. I didn't think it'd go to extra time. I thought Chelsea would. I thought Liverpool would win it in the 90 minutes, if I'm being honest. Jurgen giving these instructions out, and they're showing Chelsea's chances. But anyway, what does everyone think? What do you think the score's going to be end up? Do you think there's going to be a winner in extra time, or do you think we're headed for penalties? Because I know what I think. I think it's nailed on for a penalty shootout. I really do. I just can't see anyone taking a chance now. I just can't. I think they're going to play out and try and get it to penalty shootout and win it there. So, Taib, I hope you're enjoying yourself out in France, mate, and you're not telling too many of your crazy jokes, man. Chike's in the chat. Oh, hold on before we do that. Grant Roberts says, I think Liverpool will bottle it. They're wasting too many chances. Chelsea will win penalties. Interesting. I still think Liverpool are going to win it, but I still think Liverpool are going to win it. But whether it'll be in extra time or not, I'm not sure. I doubt it. I think it's probably destined to go to penalties. There's been a substitution. Van Dijk has gone off and Matip has come on. It's a bit interesting. I wonder if it's because he's carrying a slight knock and they don't want to rest him. Liverpool players have gone into a huddle. Chike says penalties for me. Yeah. See that. And then James Dunlop says, I think 1-0 Liverpool in extra time. Them last 10 minutes, they were going for it. Yeah. I just don't know whether they're going to really go for it enough to get this game won. I don't know, man. I just think that I think both sides are happy to go to a penalty shootout, to be fair. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. It looks like the first period of extra time is about to start. the linesmen are swapping sides. The referee's making his way to the centre circle. Here we go. And he's ready to get it going. And there we go. This first period of extra time has started. Chelsea here kicked off. Rudiger plays the ball out wide to the right hand side, and it's James. Kante. Alonso checks inside, plays it to Rudiger. Rudiger plays a long sweeping ball over to Chelsea's right hand side, and Chelsea just seem to be happy to keep hold of possession, and they try to play a ball into the box, but Liverpool intercept it, and they're driving forward now, but they lose possession, and Chelsea are moving forward. Alonso. So, here we go. Alonso is in possession on Liverpool's right-hand side, and he plays it in to Chelsea centre-backs. They pass it out wide, and Liverpool seem quite happy for Chelsea to have possession of the ball, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw. They don't seem too panicked at all, Liverpool. They seem very calm. So Alexander-Arnold with the throwing for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold with another throwing for Liverpool. And Milner shepherds it out. It's gone for a Chelsea throwing. Here's Alonso for Chelsea. He plays the ball down to Rudiger. Rudiger plays it into Mendy. Mendy inside the penalty area now. And Liverpool are just standing off him, watching him, see what he's going to do. He plays it out to Rudiger. Rudiger plays it in to I don't know who he played it into because I can't find him on the list. Oh, Jorginho, that was it. And anyway, and the ball, Chelsea breaking forward here, and it's intercepted by Liverpool, and it goes out for a Chelsea corner. Matic done well there to intercept that ball. Chelsea have a corner, and here we go. And it's getting played in, and bobbing around inside the Liverpool penalty area. Liverpool break forward now, and it gets played out to Chelsea's left-hand side. So So 4 minutes gone in the first period of extra time, and Alexander-Arnold loses possession, and it comes to Mount. Mount plays it out to Alonso. Alonso plays it in, and yeah. Here we go. Liverpool on the attack now. They're on the left hand side and right hand side of Chelsea's defence. It comes back into Liverpool's half, and Liverpool play it out to Diaz. He plays it to Alexander-Arnold. Gets rolled back all the way to Allinson. Allinson in possession now. He plays it back. Allinson knocks it out to Liverpool's left-hand side, and he plays it too high, and it's gone out for a throw-in to Chelsea. So, here we go. Right, James Dunlop's calling it. He's saying Liverpool to win 1-0 in extra time. What does everyone else think? Liverpool trying to claim for a penalty there. I don't think that was a penalty at all. Sorry, lads. Mane breaking forward now. Mane, and he gets brushed off the ball by Rudiger. And it's Kante. He passes it to Alonso to Kante. Sorry. And Kante. Sorry, I keep looking at my phone. I was trying to get the numbers, see who the numbers are. So Mason Mount had possession of the ball there. So who's that? Okay, so Alonso and Liverpool making the substitution, and here we go. Looks like Luis Diaz is coming off. And Firmino is coming on. Let's see if Firmino can bring a bit of magic and win it for Liverpool an extra time. Because for me, Diaz has been Liverpool's best player today. I don't know about what anyone else thinks. Grant McRoberts says, I would love to visit Wembley Stadium. Such a beautiful stadium. Yeah, I've been to the new Wembley, but not for a football match. But yeah, it is quite impressive, Grant. It really is. The old stadium was pretty impressive as well, mate. Del Boy Gunner says, hi, Chike. Are you on Twitter or Insta, bro? Del Boy Gunner says, Warren is on overtime now. Yeah, I'm starting to go, man. I'm exhausted. I really am. Taib says, hi, Del Boy, what's the bleeding story? Laugh out loud. And what's the crack, Taib? Says Del Boy. And Taib says, Arteta out. Yeah, exactly, Taib. You say it. You tell him, son. Taib, Del Boy, you are a diamond. He certainly is, mate. Arteta is one of the reasons to fall out of love with football, says Taib. Well, he is when he's managing your bloody club. That's a fact. Del Boy Gunner says, cheers, pal. What I'd like to know, right, is how many opposition fans would want Arteta as their manager. That would be interesting to know. I really would like to know, because I reckon it wouldn't be many. I really do. And Del Boy, I've just seen your message. I couldn't give a monkeys what that fella does. I really couldn't. Just let him get on with it. I don't really care, to be honest. Grant McRoberts says, I wouldn't take him. No, exactly. I bet you wouldn't. And I wouldn't blame you because I just think he's useless. Anyway, Chelsea have a corner now. And 5 minutes to go in the first period of extra time. Gets played in, headed back across the goal, but Liverpool managed to get it clear. And that was Mount there, and it's gone out for a corner to Chelsea. No, it wasn't Mount, actually. Sorry. Yeah, it was Mount. Sorry. So Mount takes in the corner, and it's headed clear by the Liverpool defence. Here he goes again. He's breaking down the Liverpool's right-hand side. But he's not getting through down that left-hand side, not past Andy Robertson. You forget that, son. Anyway, Liverpool give away a free kick on the edge of, on the right-hand side of their penalty area. It's probably about 5 yards back from the edge of their penalty area. And Chelsea are queuing up on the edge of the box, and Liverpool are back in numbers, trying to defend it. Ball's played in, and it goes out for a corner. Chelsea were trying to claim there, I think, that it was a penalty, but James Dunlop says, all Chelsea in this half, yeah, they're doing really well, aren't they? Grant Roberts, did you hear Scott Brown is the new Fleetwood manager? I hope they get relegated. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I can understand why you're saying that, mate, but I think they'll do well. I think he'll be a good manager, to be quite honest. James Dunlop, I heard about that, Grant. Very surprising news that was to hear. He's got to start his career somewhere, I guess. Notice he didn't get a job with a top tier side with no experience. Take note, Arsenal. Taib says, big up, James. Big up, Grant, says Taib. And Grant McRoberts says, big up, Taib. And James says, hi, Taib. Yeah, so, yeah, I noticed that he didn't get a job in, in the top tier of Scottish football with no previous experience, not like certain other club in England, third biggest club in the country, giving someone a job with no previous experience. Absolute madness. Couldn't make it up, could you? Anyway, so Mendy launches the ball forward and Chelsea go attacking down the right-hand side. And comes to Alisson. Alisson launches a long ball forward. And Liverpool had possession of the ball, and they're both sides look now starting to look quite tired. They look as tired as about as tired as what I am. I'm even struggling to get my words out now. Here comes Milner. Milner into Firmino. Alexander Arnold. Milner plays the ball in, and who's that monkey? I don't know who that is. So anyway, Alexander Arnold. Milner tries to play a cross in, but deflects off Rudiger and goes out for a corner. Del Boy says, "Hi James Dunlop, would you take Arteta over Lamppost?" Ty, what do you call a fairy in the bathroom? Must think about Jesus. And Del Boy Gunner, Taib laughing emojis. Hi Del Boy, no, I wouldn't. After what I've seen, what he's been doing with you guys, no to Arteta, laugh out loud. Exactly. No one would take him. I thought Brown would have gone for the Hibs job, but I don't think Hibs want another rookie after the Maloney disaster. I don't know why any club would want to take on a rookie, to be quite frank. I just think you're asking for trouble. And Tyve says Van Bronckhorst is a decent manager. Well, there you go. It's the end of the first period of extra time. It's still Chelsea 0, Liverpool 0. We've got 15 minutes to go before it goes to a penalty shootout. And then the fireworks could be really starting in more ways than one. Yeah, Del Boy, what you were saying earlier, that fellow you texted me about, I'll be interested to see how many people we got watching it. Not that I'm that interested, but I'm surprised he didn't come in here and say something. I really am. Then again, maybe he is watching. He's just not gone in the chat. Who knows? But yeah, let him get on with it. I really couldn't care less, to be honest. I just think he's a clown. There you go. Yeah, so any other updates on predictions for this one? I think now it's going to go to penalties. I don't think anyone's going to do anything really dramatic to try and win it now. I think they'll both be happy to see it out for a penalty shootout, and I think Liverpool win it on penalties, I have to say. Tave says, James, you reckon Everton will stay up? Bet you have a slight bit of hope. Tave, Grant McRoberts says he has to win the Europa League and Scottish Cup, or else this season will be a disaster. Well, there you go. There you have it. The big man from the blue side of Glasgow has spoken, and I dare say most other Rangers fans would probably agree with him, to be honest. Yeah, it hasn't been the best seasons for Rangers, has it? But Grant, just a quick question. How do you think it'll pan out next year? Then he's had a pre-season under his belt, and he'll be able to have a full season at the helm. Do you think it'll work out better? James Dunlop, not getting my hopes up, Taib. If Leeds drop points and we win tomorrow, we'll be officially safe. I'm nervous as hell for tomorrow, and we've got to win. Yeah, because if you come to the Emirates needing to win, mate, I think you'll get what you need. I really do. I just don't think that Arsenal team or all that, if you put them under pressure, I think you're more than capable of getting a win. I really do. I don't think we're that good. I don't. Honestly, I think if you go for it, really go for it, you could beat us. Honestly, mate, that's what I think. Tay says, Grant, yes, I agree. And Grant says, we have to spend money or we'll lose the league again. Listen, mate, I have to be honest. I hope that happens. But you know my allegiance is. I'm a massive, massive Celtic fan. So that's what I'm going to say. But looks like there's been a substitution as well. Fella don't look happy. He's been brought off. That's for sure. I thought there'd been a substitution. But no, they're not saying anything about it on here. So, anyway, Chelsea in possession now. They're driving past trying to get past the Liverpool right hand side, but it gets played forward again, and it's a bit scrappy at the moment. To be fair, Liverpool give away a free kick just inside their own half. Firmino brings down the Chelsea player, and Jurgen's not happy at all. Match stats haven't really significantly changed. Chelsea have had 47% possession. Liverpool have had 53. Chelsea have had 8 shots. Liverpool 17. And they both had 2 shots on target. Chelsea have had 2 corners. Liverpool have had 4. Chelsea have committed 11 fouls and Liverpool committed 9. So there you go, guys. There you go. Chelsea looking to get a penalty there, but I think they would have been extremely lucky to get that. Anyway, Alexander-Arnold about to take a throw-in on the right-hand side of the pitch for Liverpool. These players look absolutely shattered, I have to say. Long throw forward, but gets headed clear by the Chelsea players. Tommy Tuchel still chewing on his gum. To me, this looks like a classic example of 2 teams just like not prepared to try anything too dramatic, try and win this game. I think they'd be, if a referee blew up now and said, yeah, penalties, I think they'd both be quite happy with that, to be fair. Anyway, Chelsea in possession now. They play the ball up their left-hand side. They're trying to drive past the Liverpool defender. Liverpool intercept the ball and they're bringing the ball forward. It gets a long raking pass over the defence. And here's Jota. He passed it, but it's intercepted by Chelsea. Chelsea back in possession. They drive it into their midfield. It gets played out wide. And Kante tries to get past takes past it by Canate, but he fails. And then Liverpool in possession. And here we go again. And ball's intercepted by Chelsea and Liverpool gets played forward, but Liverpool gets the ball first. So I just don't think I can see any side surrendering this at all now. It'd be a major shock to me if that was to happen. Right, okay, so let's see. There's quite a few comments in the chat. Sorry, guys, that I missed those. James Donlott says Leeds remaining games are Brighton at home, Brentford away. Ours is Brentford, Palace at home, and Arsenal away on the last day. We could do with Burnley losing tomorrow too. What do you think's going to happen there? I mean, what does everyone think? Do you think Everton are going to stay up? Because I think they will. I think they will. I think they're narrowly going to avoid relegation. So that's probably the kiss of death on them. To be fair, I really don't want them to go down. It's like one of the staple sides of the top tier of English football. having the top tier of English football without Everton in it would just be wrong. Del Boy, if Everton need a result out of Arsenal, they will, I think. The Toffees are safe. That's what I think as well. I think if Everton need to get a result at the Emirates, I think they'll get it. Because I just don't think that Arsenal, I just can't see Arsenal getting anything in the last 2 games. We've got to go to Newcastle. We've got to play Newcastle away. I don't think we'll get anything out of that. And then we got Everton on the last day. And I think if Everton need to get something, I think they'll get it. I just don't think that the team's going to be that motivated. James Dunlop said, good job. I haven't gone to any pubs. All the pubs in Merseyside are packed like mad. Laugh out loud. Darren says, back in from the garden now to watch the Pens. Laugh out loud. Well, yeah, you're probably right, mate. Grant McRoberts says, James Dunlop, I think you guys will be fine because Leeds are just shocking and aren't doing enough to stay up. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's been on the cards for a while, Grant, to be honest. Del Boy Gunner TV, their extra time does not help Liverpool for the run-in for the league. Yeah, and also the Champions League as well. They just look shattered. They really do. And for me, it's quite interesting that he's taken off a couple of key players. He's taken off Virgil van Dijk. I reckon he's saving him because he wants him available for the remaining games in the league, and also he doesn't want him getting injured for that European Cup final, especially when you consider Real Madrid have got Benzema in their attack, and he's absolutely on fire at the moment. Darren says, set art just before the end of the season, make an announcement tomorrow, new manager in for Newcastle to lift players. Mate, I think it would be a huge lift, those players. I honestly don't think they like working under him. I really don't. But is it going to happen? I very, very much doubt it. On a scale of 0 to 100, I think the chances of it happening are about 1, to be quite honest, because I think the Cronkies love him. I really do. I just think that he's doing everything that they want him to do. So I can't see him going anywhere. I think he'll be here for the 3 years. I just don't think he could. There's nothing that man could do that will lead to him to getting the sack. I really don't. Even if we got relegated in the next 3 years, I'd still think they'd keep him. Anyway, so Liverpool lose possession there. Chelsea are in possession now. James, but it's really scrappy. Like neither side seem to be able to string more than a couple of passes together. James Dunlop says, I'm surprised Werner hasn't even come on at all. He would have been ideal to stretch that Liverpool defence on the counter. Yeah, man, I think you're right. And I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see. Well, I don't know if they've got any substitutions left, but if they have, I wouldn't be surprised to see him come on for penalties. Because if he's a striker, then I'd say he's got a good strike rate. So maybe they'd want him on for the penalties. But anyway, we'll see. And Darren says, not even one, sadly. The Cronkies probably get the headlines on us over breakfast eating their cornflakes. Yeah, exactly. I think you're probably right, fortunately, Darren. So anyway, here we go. Liverpool in possession. Who's that tweet? This don't make any sense. Simasak is on. Sorry, Simasak Simicast is on for Liverpool by the looks of it. Yeah. So Milner looks like he's going to take a free kick, or is it Simicast who's going to take it? Yeah, Simicast floats it in high to the far post, and yeah, it's gone out for a goal kick to Chelsea. There's 3.5 minutes left of this extra time, and we'll be heading to a penalty shootout. So be prepared, people, because the fireworks will be starting once the penalties start. And Darren says Chelsea have done well to hold off the Scousers. Yeah, they have, man. They have. I'm quite surprised that they've managed to keep them out, to be fair. But both, like I said, both sides, they just look absolutely shattered. I don't know, man. I'm not convinced about this extra time, Mark. I'm really not. I just think that maybe they should think about doing away with it, because it's ridiculous. Neither of them are going to make an effort to win this bloody game. So what's the point? Chelsea are bringing on Barkley. He doesn't even look like he wants to come on. He got a shove in the back from the coach. Chelsea in possession now on the edge of their own half, and the edge of their own penalty area on the right hand side, and looks like the referee's giving a free kick to Liverpool. And Marcus Alonso doesn't look happy. No, it's a throw-in, actually. Liverpool have a throw-in on their right-hand side. And here we go. Liverpool, ball heads forward, back again, and then Henderson, Rudiger, and it's gone out for a Liverpool throw. So Liverpool look like they're I've got more in attack in the thread. Ross Barkley's waiting to come on, getting a little tap on the back from his manager. I noticed that Tommy Tickle didn't slap him on the bottom, like our manager did. So Loftus-Cheek has come off and Barkley's come on. Yeah, when he come on, he got a slap on the back from his manager. He didn't get a slap on the arse like Arteta did with Granit Xhaka when he got sent off at Manchester City earlier in the season. Fucking clowns, honestly. James Dunlop has come in with a chat and he says, Ross Barkley coming on, really? Yeah, he's come on, mate. And Ron, did you hear that UEFA want to get 5 teams to qualify for the Champions League? Oh, my God. Fucking hell. When's that coming in? Then it's just ridiculous. Why don't they just have all the top half of the table coming in? I think that's crazy. James Dunlop says, I don't get that. So, well, no, neither do I, mate. Maybe they think he'd be good for penalties. I don't know. Anyways, the extra time is up. 30 minutes have gone. This looks like we're heading for penalties unless something dramatic happens. Liverpool playing long ball out of defence. Liverpool trying to press Chelsea. And it goes out for a Chelsea throw-in. James Dunlop says penalty is. Still think Liverpool win it. Yeah, I do too, man. And Luis Diaz has won the BBC Player of the Match. I agree with that, to be honest. And 1 minute of added time to be played and 20 seconds to go. Timothée plays a long ball over the back and it goes out for a throw to Liverpool, I think. Is that it? Is it over and done with? So the 1 minute of added on time is finished, but they're still playing. These players are dead, man. Yeah, game's up. So it's going to penalties. There we go. So what does everyone think? Who do you think is going to win the penalty shootout? James thinks Liverpool. I think Liverpool. Second final row between the two sides. It's gone down the pins, just like the League Cup final. That's true. It did as well, didn't it? So let's see what happens. I think Liverpool will edge it. But, yeah, there's going to be fireworks now, I'm telling you, man. More ways than one. Just you wait and see what happens. And Dave says, Chelsea. I hope not, mate. And Carl Walsh Gunner, come on the pool. Exactly, man. Come on the pool. Do you think they'll do it, Carl? So, it looks like they're trying to work out who's going to take the penalties. Surely they would have had this worked out before the game even kicked off. Well, I would have worked. If I was managing one of those teams, I would have done. And Tommy Tickle's having a word with the Chelsea goalkeeper, Mendy. You can't see what he's saying. He's just covering his hand and he's whispering Mendy's ear. God knows what he's telling him. Carl Walsh Gunner says, absolutely, mate. Oh, there you go. There you go. The big man has spoken. Wexford's finest. James Dunlop says, fireworks will go off here on Merseyside if Liverpool win, laugh out loud. The noise will be loud as hell. And let me tell you, they'll be going off here where I am as well, mate. I'm telling you. So the Chelsea players are in a massive huddle. The whole squad's in a huddle. And Chelsea fans lapping it up. Tommy Tuchel chatting to all these players. He's in the centre of the circle. And he's writing down the names of the players. So, yeah, he looks like he's got a sheet or something there. He's having to write the players' names down on. And Alisson is in conversation with some of the Liverpool coaches by the looks of it. Van Dijk and Klopp are having a bit of a giggle together. Jesus Christ. I've been going nearly 12 hours. You know that. This is ridiculous. Azpilicueta and Henderson coming to the referee. And he's going to flip a coin for choice of ends, I guess. So here we go. Let's see what he comes up with. So he flipped the coin. And looks like Liverpool won the toss. So here we go. No. God knows what happened with that toss. I really don't know who won that, but still don't really matter, does it? So the penalty shootout is about to start, everyone. Taib says Arteta has no coaching or managerial knowledge. Arteta out. Manny says, and so it is. Penalties. Sodlaw says that the better team will more often than not lose. History is witness. Let's see, Manny. And James Dunlop says Alonso to take the first pen. Yeah. And Taib says Chelsea will win. Oh, don't say that, Taib. I've got a little ditty for you all. We got useless Mick Arteta. He hasn't got a clue what we need. Nothing at the back, nothing in attack, And we're on our way to the Europa League. Clown. Anyway, here we go. So, Chelsea with the first penalty. And it's Alonso against Alisson. We're just waiting for him to be able to take it. The referee takes up his position. So how much more time do you need? Come on, man, get on with it. And Alonso scores. There you go. First blood to Chelsea. Alonso scores for Chelsea. Chelsea 1, Liverpool 0. Well, that's a waste of time, isn't it? So, and Liverpool have equalised. Liverpool equalised. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 1. Here we go. Next penalty up. Guy runs up. And he's hit the post. He's missed. He's missed. And Alisson celebrating. And Chelsea player looks really pissed off, as he would be. Azpilicueta it was that missed that penalty for Chelsea. So Liverpool have a little bit of an advantage there. So here we go. Liverpool are up to take their second penalty. And who is it who's taking the penalty? I think it's Keita. It's 2-1 to Liverpool. And James steps up now for Chelsea. Liverpool 2-1 up. And he scores. So it's Liverpool 2, Chelsea 2. Well, Chelsea have had 3 penalties. Liverpool have only had 2. And Liverpool now up with their third penalty. And who's it going to be up for the hockey this time? And it looks like it's Firmino. Yeah, it is. It's Firmino who's going to take it. Take the third one for Liverpool. That guy, crazy guy in the crowd. His eyes. Anyway, so here we go. Firmino against Mendy. And he scores. So it's Liverpool 3, Chelsea 2. did a little bit of a dance, so he went up to take it. And Petr Cech's in the crowd. Good penalty. But Mendy almost saved it. So Chelsea's next penalty. And who's this? Looks like it's Ross Barkley. Yes, and my prediction about him being brought on for penalties looks like it was true. Ross Barkley's going to take it for Chelsea. And he scores. So it's Chelsea 3, Liverpool 3. Chelsea have just got one penalty left. Liverpool got 2. And there we go. Sent Alisson the wrong way. Good penalty. So here we go. It's Alexander-Arnold with the next one. Jesus, look at that kid's afro. That is wild. That's one of the wildest afros I've ever seen. So here we go. Alexander-Arnold against Mendy. And up he steps. And he does a little jig. And then he slots it home. Liverpool 4. Chelsea 3. Chelsea have to score this next penalty, or the FA Cup goes to Liverpool. So I wonder who's stepping up now. And who's this dude? I think it might be Jorginho. Do you know that? So here we go. And we're waiting for the kick to be taken. Here comes the penalty. And he scores. Good, confident penalty there by the lad. So it's Chelsea 4, Liverpool 4. And now the last penalty of the mandatory 5. And this one's going to be taken by Sadio Mane. And if he scores, it's Liverpool's FA Cup. If he misses, we go to sudden death penalties. Please bloody score. So it's Mane against Mendy. This will be interesting. Let's see what's going to happen. So Mane takes 3 or 4 steps back. One couple to the left, another one to the left, and here we go. And he's missed. He's missed. Mane misses. Oh no. Fucking hell. More nightmare. How much more pain do these people want to put me through? Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so we now go to sudden death penalties. And it's Ziyech who's going to take the next one. And some clown has let off a blue flare. No surprise there. Fucking idiot. Sudden death penalties. It's 4 goals, 4 apiece. And Ziyech against Alisson. So here we go. Here we go. Come on, get on with it. I ain't got all bloody night. Let's take the fucking thing. And Ziyech scores. It's Chelsea 5, Liverpool 4. Yeah, exactly, James. Eurovision's is on soon. And I want to bloody do this call-in before, and want it finished before bloody 10 o'clock tonight. So, okay, so it's 5-5 in the penalty shootout. And Andy Robertson buries it for Liverpool. So who we got coming up next? And it's Mason Mount, I believe. Yeah, Mason Mount. Let's see what happens here. Mason Mount steps forward. And he misses! An advantage, Liverpool. Fantastic. Now, come on, Liverpool. Finish it off now, for God's sake. Mason Mount misses to give Liverpool a huge advantage here. It's 5 apiece. If Liverpool score, they are FA Cup winners for this year. Let's see what happens. And who is it who's stepping forward to take this? Is it Tsimikas? Yeah, it is. It's Tsimikas. So Mendy's been instructed to get on his line. He doesn't look like he wants to. I hope that you're going to be strong with him, referee. And Tsimikas. And he steps forward. And he buries it. That's it. Liverpool have won the FA Cup. They've won it 6-5 on penalties. Congratulations to them. And I can't say I'm disappointed. Yeah, so fair play. Liverpool are winners. And my commiserations go to Liverpool. Go to Chelsea. But, yeah, I think Liverpool deserved it at the end. I think they were a better team on the day. So here we go. James says fireworks gone off. Cannot hear a bloody thing there. Laugh out loud. Fair play to you, man. Manny says, James, at least you won't see a turkey puppet singing for Ireland. What? And Jez says, history made there. First team to lose 3 FA Cup finals on the bounce. Yeah, exactly, man. We talked about that earlier, didn't we? James, it's no shock to me. Liverpool have done it. So they've also won the League Cup and FA Cup in one season. One of an elite group with class to have done that. One of them, obviously, is Arsenal. Club has won a Premier League, Europa Champions League, League Cup, and now the FA Cup. Yeah, and some of our supporters are still saying that Arteta is better. Can you fucking believe it? Tommy Tickle can take heart. Brian Clough never won the FA Cup. That's right. And Darren Sullivan says Klopp, another manager that should have replaced Wenger and Arteta. Exactly. Right, guys, I'm going to put in the chat, I'm going to put the link. So anyone who wants to come on and have their say about the match, you can do. Let me just close that down. And then we can call it a day. Finally. So James says, I'm not even that bothered if Liverpool have won, to be honest. Most Evertonians will be pissed off, but they are a top side at the end of the day. Yeah, so look, there you go, guys. There's a link. If you want to click on that, you can come on and have your say about the match. Just click on the link and you can come on. Don't worry about having to have your camera on or anything like that. I'm not worried about that. All I ask is that you're respectful and not abusive. Not that I think any of you would be. But yeah, so that's it. If I don't get anyone come on within 15 minutes, I'm going to shut it down, basically. But yeah, and we got someone in, and it's GK.
Hello. Yes,
Hi,
it is.
GK.
Hi, Warren.
How are you,
Hi.
sir?
Very well, Warren. Nice to meet you virtually.
And you, sir. How you doing? What do you think about the
Oh,
match?
that was wow. That was. I think that was one of the greatest. That was one of the best matches I've ever seen. And congrats to Liverpool. And now they could do the treble maybe if they beat Real Madrid in the Champions League, which I think they will, because Liverpool are better than Real Madrid. And as for Chelsea, 3 FA Cup final losses in a row. That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it is. It's 3 on a bounce, and that's a record. No one has ever lost 3 in a row before.
That's mad. That's actually insane. Now the new owner could possibly sack Tuchel. You know?
Yeah, I know, man. Do you think Liverpool could do the 4?
No.
Do you think they can win the Premier League as well?
No. I'm sorry.
What a surprise.
That Premier League is ours to lose. I don't want to hear it. And also, they would have to score 8 goals to overtake our goal difference because we beat them on goal differences. Yeah, we have 70. We have a plus 72. They have a plus 65. So unless they can score 7 or even 8 against Southampton, then they won't overtake us. And plus, we do have a cushion on them, if I'm correct.
Sorry, say that again, mate.
We have a 3-point cushion on them, if I'm correct.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah, so that's why I'm confident.
Is that what, 2 games left?
Yes.
Yeah. So
because
it's unlikely that you're going to lose it now, isn't it?
No, 100%. We've been in this situation before where Pep's been, we've been in a title race. We have experience of not bottling it, unlike Klopp, who, kind of does. And I'm confident in us winning the league title. And also, we got Erling Haaland, so we're gonna win the Champions League.
Exactly, right.
And that's a song that everyone plays. And I still can't believe Arsenal fans are saying we're gonna win the Champions League.
Mate,
Gabby in attack. Oh, I know. I'm not even an Arsenal. I know. I just.
No,
no, it's fine.
Hi,
hey,
Kyle. How you doing, mate? What you saying? You can't hear anything.
You're muted.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
I can't hear you. But what I'd say, if you can hear me, Warren, top class job all day today, man. You did brilliant. Fair
really
play to you. And up the pool, I'm delighted that Liverpool beat them.
No.
Can't stand Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. And they'll win the Champions League as well. So they'll have the 3 of them.
I know. Yeah. What were you saying about
I'm
the 4?
because I can't hear you.
I'll
give you a text later. Thanks, lads.
All right, man. Take care.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna get home.
Man.
I gotta get home so my phone doesn't die. But it was great to see you. It was great to meet you in person.
See you later, buddy.
You too, Kyle. And also, Warren, my phone is about to die, so I hope that Mikel Arteta gets sacked and you get a proper manager and you can actually win the league. So you can actually win the league. And I just don't. How does he get a 3-year contract? Honestly, I don't get it. I really don't get it. I really don't.
No, I've got some crazy theories about it, man. But I think that guy. Yeah, I don't think that guy, the owner, Kroenke, I don't think he wants Arsenal to be successful.
He doesn't.
I don't.
If you wanted Arsenal to be successful, you would throw all the money at a Simeone or a Conte or even a Pep Guardiola or even a Klopp, and you've had opportunities to get them, and you didn't. So it clearly tells you where the owner's head is at.
Exactly. Because I think that if they wanted to get Simeone, they went in and were serious, I think they could get him. I do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I
Remember
think
Bayern Munich bought Nagelsmann out of his contract at Leipzig.
Yeah.
You know, so money. Remember that? Know that phrase? Money talks and bullshit walks.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. I love that expression.
Oh,
I really
Lee
do.
Gunner taught me that.
Yeah, it was wild, that expression.
Yeah,
I
really
absolutely love it. But it's true.
100%. It really is. Oh, one more thing. I'm going to be doing a quiz with Lee, Kenny, and Jez. And there's a question that I'm only going to ask you. And don't ask Jez, Kenny, or Lee this because I want them to answer.
You know, don't be careful because Jez might be listening. He was in earlier.
Oh. Is he listening?
He might be. He was in the chat. He put a comment in the chat. He might be watching.
Okay. Well, I got a bunch of City questions, so I can get away with this. So, against which team did Sergio Aguero score 2 goals against in his Premier League debut? It was in August 2011.
I ain't got a clue, mate.
No, you don't know? Oh man.
Probably maybe Arsenal.
No, it was Swansea. It was
really.
Swansea.
I wouldn't have had a clue, mate. I honestly don't know.
Oh man, it was against Swansea, and it was 4-0. That was the final score. Yep, and it was August 18th, 2011, which is mad.
Yeah, that's 11 years ago. Blimey.
That's right. And he just got a statue unveiled at the Etihad.
What, Aguero?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what it depicts? It depicts him scoring the winner in 93 minutes and 20 seconds, and him taking his shirt off.
So when are you doing this quiz, GK?
I don't. To be honest, it's probably at the end of the season. I don't know exactly when. It depends. It'll depend on when Lee, Kenny, and Jez are free. Because I got all the questions. It's just when their time is that when their time. I have to figure that out.
All right. Okay, mate.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome.
I am.
Yeah, there's going to be some good questions in there. There really are.
Yeah.
There's going to be Premier League, Champions League, and the World Cup.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, mate, Kenny Ken, he's unbelievable.
Fuck me, man.
I don't know if you saw the quiz I did today with him.
Didn't he get everyone right?
Nearly.
Oh my god. What?
He got a couple wrong. No, to be fair, he did. He got a couple wrong or didn't get the complete answer. But they were really hard questions. But that man is just unbelievable.
Yeah, I know. One of the questions you asked was when the first FA Cup final was played. And to be honest, I knew the year because this year, I believe, was the 150th anniversary. So that was in 1872. I have no idea. I have no idea which two teams play. If I had to take a guess, I would probably say Arsenal and Wolves, but that's not even close. Okay, I was so wrong. What was it?
Wanderers against Royal Engineers.
Oh, I would not have gotten that. Wolves. No. I knew Wolves was right, but I would not have gotten Royal Engineers. I didn't even know that was a team.
Both of those clubs don't exist anymore.
Wait, isn't there Wolverhampton Wanderers?
No. This team were called the Wanderers, and that was it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. The likes of you, Kenny, and you teach me so much. It's unreal. Yeah, people that fans today just carry on to the fact that Arsene Wenger went invincible in 2004, which it actually. But what they don't know is that they almost went undefeated in 1991. If three of your defenders weren't out wasn't Tony Adams arrested for whatever reason, and then he missed out.
Yeah, he was Tony Adams for that game. He was in prison.
What? What the hell did he do?
Drinking and driving.
Oh no!
Yeah, he absolutely destroyed his car. He didn't kill anyone, I don't think, but it was really bad. I remember seeing the wreckage of the car. It was really bad. It was a write-off.
Oh my god!
Yeah. He was in prison, and we lost the game 2-1.
It was to Chelsea, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's mad. That's absolutely insane.
He was in holiday in the Queen's Hotel.
No way.
Exactly,
Oh my
man.
God, that's actually insane, man. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, I'm not even an Arsenal fan, and I knew that, and the only reason why I knew that was because of you, Kenny, Jez, and Lee. You all have at least like 300 years of Arsenal knowledge, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan. No, I'm serious.
Tell you what, Chike,
Yes,
go to Wikipedia. They got really useful information in there, and there's a few other good websites where you can get information about different clubs in English football. I think one of them is called The Beautiful Game. They got really interesting information. I use that one a lot.
Wow.
Yeah,
now, do they have all clubs like Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool?
Yeah.
Wow.
All of them.
Ooh, I could maybe snag a couple of those.
It's a good place to get information because they'll
100%.
give you the history of every club. And
That's
not all
insane.
of it is you'll find any place else. For example, it tells you in there why Arsenal wear red shirts with white sleeves.
What's the reason? Because I have no idea.
Right. Basically, Herbert Chapman came out and he saw this guy sitting in the stand, and he had a white shirt on and like a red jumper with no sleeves.
Sure.
And he thought, yeah, that looks nice. And then he persuaded the board to let him change the shirts.
Wow.
Yeah.
But again, Arsenal fans won't know that because they don't educate themselves. And you just educated me.
And it annoys me because that club's got so much really interesting history.
Yes.
You know, it has, and they should just go and learn it. They really should.
They need to, and it's not their fault. I blame Arsenal Football Club. I blame the likes of everyone else. Hey, Del Boy.
What the crack?
Hello, mate. How you doing?
All good.
Treble, but not the quad.
Yeah. What's the crack, Del Boy?
Yeah. What's the bleeding story?
You know what? Am I the only one that was up for Chelsea? I just fucking hate Liverpool. I just know too many Liverpool supporters, so I know Chelsea supporters, so that's why I was up for them. Tomorrow I have to go. I'm going to the pub with a few friends of mine, and there's a lot of Liverpool fans, so I'm going to be like that for the whole day.
Del Boy,
you're not going to develop a sudden really bad stomachache, are you? And cry off, mate.
I'm drowning in sorrows here.
Exactly, man.
Would you like to, Del Boy, Warren, would you like to come on loan to City? Because Lee Dunner's on loan to City, and we just signed Erling Haaland. So if you'd like to come on loan, you're absolutely more than welcome.
GK, you're the only fucking Man City supporter I know, so yeah, I'll take it.
And the only real one, too.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Here, come out. Do you know what I was trying to get to you earlier on? Are you on Twitter or Instagram?
I'm on Twitter. I just gave you my Twitter is on UKChike99.
Right, will you follow me on it, will you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll because I'll DM you and stuff like that. I'll get you on because I think the other day you were trying to get on my channel, but I had too many on and I couldn't get you on.
I was gonna say you were lagging or whatever, and I couldn't understand.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I think the Croncase fucked up me Wi-Fi because I'll tell you, if you guys think what I was really saying, my neighbors knocked in. They thought there was a burglary in the house.
Oh yeah, and that was the North London Derby. And actually, speaking of the North London Derby, Mikel Arteta set another unwatched record. I believe that's the first time ever where he lost to Spurs by 3+ goals. I think. Not to be a dick. I just had to bring that up.
You always cheer me up, Chike.
I try.
What did you make of it yourself?
Me, I thought it was a great game. I mean, both teams canceled each other out, just like Manchester City and Liverpool did. But I honestly thought Liverpool were going to win it in normal time, just because they have good squad depth. But I'm kind of worried about Salah because he limped off, and I hope that doesn't affect them for the final.
Yeah, you're not too worried about Salah, I'd say. What about Van Dijk? Can you hear me?
He ain't got much battery left. He said that earlier. I think he might have gone.
Ah, yeah.
What was you saying about Van Dijk, Del Boy? Because I was struggling to keep up with the game. I was struggling to keep up with the game and look at the chat and everything else. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, no problem. But is Van Dijk injured? Is he?
I don't know what happened. I wondered whether he took him off as a precaution for the Champions League final they got coming up against Real Madrid, because Real Madrid have got Benzema in attack, and that boy is deadly at the minute.
Yeah. They really need Van Dijk for him. Like, I just say they'll set Van Dijk just to man mark Benzema. They'll have to. He's on fire at the minute.
Yeah, he is, and he gets a chance. It's in the back of the net, mate.
Do you think they can win the 4 trophies?
I think they can. Chike doesn't think so. He tells me that they got a far superior goal difference to Liverpool, and they're 3 points ahead, and there's only 2 games left. But I think City are going to lose before the end of the season. I've got this feeling that West Ham are going to turn them over. I don't know why. I've just had this feeling for a few weeks that when they go to West Ham, that they're going to end up losing.
Yeah, because I was thinking that even about the Wolves game. I thought Wolves would have gave them a banana skin, like, a bit of a scare, like, but they handled it well, I suppose, towards the end.
Yeah, fairly well. Only up 5.
I don't know if Liverpool win any more trophies, my life is going to be hell.
There's a lot of Liverpool fans near where you are, mate.
Oh man, I know so many Liverpool fans. It's ridiculous. Even going today, I have my friend's daughter is making a communion tomorrow, so they're having a do thing after that, like, so I'm going to that. And there's a lot of my mates will be there, and they're Liverpool supporters. So I've now, my phone is turned on to flight mode, because all I'm just going to be getting is fucking, the slagging I'm going to get is unbelievable. But look, it's all good banter, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Put your dark glasses on, put your hoodie on, and disappear.
I like earmuffs in my ears, like, you know what I mean, so I can't hear. I just keep nodding. Yeah.
So listen, tomorrow, are we playing tomorrow?
Monday, isn't it? Today's Saturday.
Monday against Newcastle. What do you think is going to happen, man?
Like, a friend, I've one friend who's a Newcastle fan, and he's going over to the game, so he's been in constant touch with me lately, just saying can't wait for the game. And they're buzzing for this. Their fans, like, he's been telling me, their fans are buzzing for this because it's their last home game. Eddie Howe, like, they're going to sign big in the summer. Let's be honest about it. They're going to get big players. So the players that are there at the minute will want to make their mark, and say, well, hold on, I'm good enough to play for this team. We're coming up against Arsenal, a big team, but, they're going to want to, show what they can do, and give Eddie Howe a bit of a headache selection, I think for some reason I have a draw. I think in our last 2 games, if we're lucky, we'll beat Everton. But I think it's going to be hard. It'll be a 2-1 or 1-0 there. But I think we're going to get a draw with Newcastle, being honest with you. I see Spurs winning their last 2 games.
I do.
Good job. All like, when you think about it, all Arsenal have to do is win their 2 games, and they're in the Champions League. Fucking, But we're Arsenal. It's never that easy. They're not going to do it easy. And I think it will be a draw on Monday night, because let's be honest about it. Any time Arsenal are the only game on telly. It's live on television. It's a Monday. It's a Thursday. It's a Friday night. Like, they always fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? They just can't get the results over the line. And with this manager, I can't see us fucking. I can't. I can't see us winning. I don't know.
No, I can't. I think out of the two games, I think we're more likely to get something out of the Everton game. I just think Newcastle are going to be pumped because it's the last home game of the season. Those players are going to want to put in a good performance because I think they'll be worried that if they don't put in a good performance, Eddie Howe will be looking at it and thinking, right, I've got all this money to spend. I can get almost any player in the world. And Juice lot, didn't do it for me. Last game of the season. And I think they're going to smell blood because of what they saw against Tottenham. And if they do what Newcastle did, I can see them winning.
Because we have nothing in defence. We've nothing in midfield. We are fucked, like, big time. And that guy off Newcastle, Ramirez or whatever his name is, he's a decent player. He's I think he'll run amok in midfield for us.
Exactly. And here's Manny.
There's my Irish brother. What's the story?
Hi, Manny. How you doing, fella?
I'm good, thank you, son. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I've had to mute YouTube so that there's no clash of sounds. And the story and the crack is that I'm here with you two fine gentlemen.
Is Dustin the turkey with you, Manny?
No, thank goodness. And I have to say, what started off as a joke that year just became completely unfunny. I'm glad that that's not happening ever again. Trump getting elected in the US, for example. None of that. Justin won't try to go after, women's rights or what have you.
Yeah. Oh.
So what did you think about the game, Manny?
I'll be honest with you, sir. I mean, I was actually listening mainly to your commentary, just getting an idea because, you gave more or less a really good idea of what was going on. And obviously, it was nice to hear you talk about how Liverpool were dominating everything. I guess more than anything else, I was a bit pessimistic because, sometimes if you have a cagey game where, as you say, two teams cancel each other out, Sod's Law dictates that the team which, soaks up the pressure, doesn't commit too often, ends up winning. Thankfully, that didn't happen. I mean, it would have been a travesty of justice if Liverpool had lost today.
Because I have to be honest, in extra time, I was beginning to lose the will to live. I really was, because I've been on this since about 10 o'clock this morning, and I'm exhausted. To be honest, I'm exhausted, but I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, and that's why I don't want to be here too long. You've had something to eat as well in the meantime, have you?
Huh?
Have you had something to eat in the meantime? I mean, you've been at your computer.
No, I had some breakfast, but I haven't had anything else since breakfast.
Oh. Which is why I told you if there was a break between full time and extra time, you needed to get some food.
No, mate, I wouldn't have time. Do you know what I mean? There wouldn't really time. I mean, I'm going to finish probably in about 10 minutes, and then I'll go and make something and go to bed because I'm shattered, man.
I get that, and I just wanted to join in to just talk a little bit because I wanted to thank you for that shout out during your during that chat. I'm really grateful to you. I really am.
No, man, it's an absolute pleasure. I love chatting to you, and it's really good. And I'm going to look you up on Instagram and connect to you, and maybe I could get you on. You remember a few weeks ago I did a chat with Del Boy talking about his life as a football fan. I'd love to get you on and do that. Del Boy, you really enjoyed that chat, didn't you?
Yeah, that's brilliant. Really did. Like, you know what I mean? It's brilliant. And like, I'd love to actually hear, just while you're saying that, I'd love to hear Manny sort of. The guy is, I think he is so good at football knowledge because he knows a lot about Irish football. He knows a lot about obviously the English football and Scottish as well. Like, you know, so
Yeah,
I'd love to see him in a quiz. I really would.
yeah.
Not
We
against
need
me.
to, yeah, we
Not
need to
against
get
me.
him on for a quiz, Manny.
Yeah, I think I told you, gentlemen, I had to prepare for one of your quizzes because, Warren, you know, the work you put into them, the questions you select, you go all out. And there's a reason why I think, you know, the mastermind quiz is fitting because, you know, just like Magnus Magnusson, you don't take any prisoners. And what you start, you always finish.
Exactly. But the thing
Yeah.
is, Manny, I knew I had to make them hard because I was dealing with Kenny Ken and Jez, and those two guys, their knowledge is unbelievable. It is, because otherwise it would have been way too easy, and it would have been, you know, it would have been too simple for them.
Manny, if you were to pick a topic, what topic would you go for?
You mean for a quiz?
Yeah, like, you know.
It would be hard to say. I mean, I have to think of something. You know, I'll be honest with you, gentlemen. When it comes to my enjoyment of football, I'm not like Mr. Collins. I do love international football, and I'm definitely a lot more comfortable with that. Something like a World Cup quiz or a Euro quiz, especially with the World Cup coming up this December, that would be something I'd sink my teeth into. And when it comes to league football, you know, I grew up in a time in the UK when I wasn't able to go to any live games like you did because, you know, I started watching football in 1990. That was Italian 90 when obviously England, Scotland and Ireland, you know, went to Italy and gave it their all. And I really only started watching league football in the 1990-91 season. I think my first game on the telly was Arsenal versus Liverpool. Merson, Smith and Smudge were the goal scorers that day. And football hooliganism was a big worry because previously there was the Hillsborough disaster. So I never really went to any live games. And so most of my, you know, experience has really been watching football on the telly rather than going to a live game. So that's one of the reasons why I don't want to disappoint you. I'm telling you in advance that talking to me about my life as a football fan wouldn't really be, you know, worth your while. So I'm sorry I can't offer you more than that.
Manny, listen, to me, it doesn't matter whether you watch the games. You went to the games, whether you watched them on TV, if you listen to them on the radio. As long as you're a football fan, that's all that matters to me. How you enjoyed your football, it doesn't bother me. I'm interested to find out about it. And I have a really good friend. She grew up near the ground, literally just around the corner from the ground. Okay, she's from Barbados, right? She's a black lady.
Yeah.
When she's same age as me, when she was a kid, she wanted to go to football, but her family would not allow her to go because of all the racism and the violence. And she said she used to sit inside her bedroom crying because she could hear the crowd and she wanted to go, but she couldn't. And Manny, that really upsets me. It really does, because I think it's sickening. You know, and it was really bad back in the day. It was. You know, it breaks my heart when I hear those stories. You know, it really does, because, you know, it's a game we all love, and it shouldn't come down on people's colour, race, or creed, or religion that stops people from being able to go. As you probably know, I'm a big Celtic fan, and I've been a victim of religious bigotry in Scotland, and it's just not nice, man. It isn't. It's horrible, and yeah. So, if you want to talk about your experiences of watching football, then it doesn't matter to me whether you're at the games or not. You're a football fan. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah. Well, I'll take you on your offer then, sir, definitely. And I'm really sorry about what happened to you. I just hope that I've got a mate as well who's a big-time Celtic fan, and he's told me that nowadays, compared to how they were a few years ago, these old firm games are a bit of a walk in the park. But there are still a few isolated instances of, you know, bigoted chants. It is disgusting when it goes on. Yeah, I agree. And that's probably one of the reasons, as you've mentioned, why I could never go to any of the games. Traveling would be a problem, and I don't think my parents would have wanted to take me anyway. They wouldn't have had the time, mind you.
No, exactly. I understand it because I know what I saw, I know what I heard, I know what I experienced, and you know, um, I understand why they wouldn't, and I understand why you didn't. Do you know what I mean? I do because it was horrible, and I'm just hope that we never have to go back to those days.
We don't, and we won't.
Yeah.
100%. So, moving forward, what do you think about the remainder of the season? Who do you think is going to win the league? Who do you think is going to finish in the top 4? And who do you think is going to win the Champions League?
Premiership, Manchester City. Chico's nailed it. Goal difference will be a factor. City are 3 points ahead, and I just don't think Liverpool can close the gap. Top 4, Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, and I'm sorry to say that it will be Arsenal, because here's the thing. We've had horrible matches over the course of the season, yeah? And we've had that terrible run against Southampton. I mean, Crystal Palace, Southampton, and Brighton. I forget the order. But those 3 games would normally cost us. And yet somehow we find a way to overcome that. One thing I can say about Arteta is this. If you throw that bloke into the River Thames, he's going to come out with a trout in his mouth. He's that lucky. So if his good luck and our bad luck will have it, we'll beat Newcastle just barely, and then beat Everton and then qualify. But I would say right now that on the basis of some of our performances, we don't deserve to be there. Tottenham have been far more consistent, and they should get it. But I just think that Arsenal will find a way. They found a way, and they will get it. And I'm not going to be too happy with that, mind you.
The only thing I'd take account of that is that Tottenham, they're playing Burnley at home, and then they travel to Norwich.
Yeah.
I just kind of see them not beating both of those sides. So we're going to have to. We're going to have to match what they do, because if we don't, I think they'll pip us to the post.
If they pip us, they'll deserve it. Simple as that. If they pip us, they'll deserve it. As for the Champions League, I'm going to go with Real Madrid, because Carlo Ancelotti, you think he's, someone who doesn't really do very much, but that man is a strategical genius. He will analyze everything to the max. He'll have a plan on what to do, and how he was able to manage the games against City and against Chelsea. It's just, people might say that's really down to luck, but if you look deeper, he's got a sharp footballing mind. And I just think that with injuries, cropping up for Liverpool at the worst possible time, it's going to be a bit of a race against the clock to see if they can be really fit and really, effective. And of course, last time these two met in the Champions League final, of course, Salah got injured. So would Klopp be willing to risk him if he takes a long time to recover?
I don't know, man. I mean, the thing is, Liverpool have got a real strong emotional attachment to the Champions League / European Cup. It is really important to them. They've won it a few times, but you're talking about Carlo Ancelotti. That bloke is elite. He is. And what upsets me is that we could have had him.
Oh, he signed for.
Preaching for the choir.
He signed for Everton, wasn't it? The same time Arteta did. He was out there at the time. Can you imagine giving him $500 million or whatever Arteta has had to spend with a team? Can you imagine the players he could have pulled towards us? What would we be like now?
I'd say we'd be in the title race. Yeah. I do, 100%. And the thing, what upsets me is that I think that they even spoke to him about the job, and I think he would have come. I really do.
Of course, look. If he went to Everton, he would have come to us. No disrespect to Everton, But it was just they wanted this guy more. He was more of a yes man, and basically the Cronkies would have says Ancelotti will answer us back and he'll tell us to fuck off, and stuff like that. Whereas Arteta will just shut his mouth and get on with it.
Exactly. Listen, guys, I'm really sorry, but I'm exhausted, so I'm going to finish up if that's all right.
Yeah.
Right. So get some food, get some sleep.
But listen, Manny, I'm going to get in touch with you because I really want to get you on and have a proper chat with you about football and whatnot, if you're up for that.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, you're welcome, mate. It's an absolute pleasure. Thanks, Del Boy, for coming on again and chatting to us. And big up to Chike as well. It's great seeing him. And big up to everyone who's come in the chat today. Thanks to everyone for all your support. And there's been a few major hiccups today with StreamYard. It's been an absolute nightmare. So thank you for your patience. Please make sure you go and subscribe to Del Boy, his channel, because his channel is incredible. It really is. I love that guy's channel. Also, please make sure that you follow him on Instagram. Also, make sure you go and follow Manny on Instagram as well. And follow all these legends that have been in the chat, like Jez, following him on Instagram, and Arsenal, the history and more, and Penny Ken, and Carl Walsh, Gunner, and my mate Pat, who was on the first thing this morning, and if I've forgotten anyone, I'm really sorry, but I'm exhausted. I need to go and get something to eat and have a lay down.
Warren, can I just say something just before you go? I just want to, I'm sure I'm talking on behalf of everyone that has been in the chat and has viewed your channel today. I just want to give a big up to you, man. Fair play to you. I've really enjoyed it. As I said, I was watching the FA Cup, but I just had it on mute and I was just listening to you. And, I really do appreciate it. All the effort that you've done. It's not easy to do what you have done. Your channel is unbelievable and you deserve about 10,000 more subs than anyone else because you're just such a gentleman. I love your channel. And look, guys, if you haven't subscribed to Warren, what the fuck he is doing? Get on board, man. You know what I mean? He's an absolute gentleman. Thank you,
Joe Boy. Listen, just so you know, guys, I'm going to do my match day live tomorrow. Just for the crack. Starting at 1:40 because to cover the 2 o'clock kickoffs because there's 5 games tomorrow at 2 o'clock. All right.
Get an early sleep. You need to sleep.
Yeah. I need to go and get some sleep, have something to eat, and then we'll go again tomorrow.
I'll have you on the big screen in the pub. I'll be in tomorrow. I'll be there at 2 o'clock, so we'll have Warren's team talk on the big screen.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Thanks, Del Boy. Thanks ever so much, Manny. Love chatting to you. All right.
God bless. Take care. Stay safe.
Thank you, mate. Take care. God bless.
Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. And I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Bye for now.